Extra Life 2021 with Known World United. Hey, I'm James, also known as Beard, and we're back for some more adventures. This is the Dying Embers of Drakewind Falls. Oh, hey, and we have a wild Colin. Welcome back, sir. I'll let everybody kind of go around. Maybe we'll start with Colin and go counterclockwise. So Colin to Nate to Warrior to Joel to Christy. Introduce your characters and yourselves. We're back. You can see all the stuff in the background. It's Extra Life here. We're raising funds for Gillette Children's Specialty Healthcare there. We're at 92% of our goal, almost there, $10,000 this year to help change kids' health and change their futures. So thank you so much for all the donations so far, the sharing, the fun. If you go to my social media, James Wheeler, search for me, you can find an in-game donation to change the pace of everything that's going on. I'll put a link to that in the old chat ski while everybody is introducing their characters. Cologne.
Hi, I'm Colin Eustace. I'm going to be playing DJ Beach Tanner tonight. She's a young half-elf. She's got a family full of cut-ups and knuckleheads, like her father Daniel and her uncles Joseph and Jesse. Jesse is a full elf, by the way, because her mother was elvish, but she's not with us anymore. It's never really been explained to Deej what happened. She's got this little rascal of a sister, Stephanie. She's got another little sister named Michelle. And Deej she's the oldest of the kids, and it's hard for her, but she'll make it happen second time around. So yeah, she's a good old ranger of the Drakewind style, and she's got a beautiful mount named Kimmy Gibbler, who's kind of her best friend in a way. And yeah, that's about Deej in a nutshell. And I'll probably be trying to use a weird Jesse Ventura voice when I voice her. So that's the thing I'm going to go with.
I like it.
Looking forward to that. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at CupidZombie, where on Twitter you can see my pinned post, and if you feel like it, donate. It's for children who need help. I am playing Tanthalis, or Tanis. I am a half-elf. I have a dragon named Lance. That's me.
I like it, short and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm Warrior. I am playing a gem dragonborn Drake Warden Ranger named Terrafactus Bolsa Fasterios. Goes by Terry Bull, just for ease of use. For quite a while, he's in his 40s. He's the last of his clan. He's proud of it, and yeah.
All right.
That's it.
Right on. I'm Joel. You can find my stuff on Twitter and Instagram at fingertwitchings. And tonight I am playing Fletcher Coney, the Drake Warden Ranger. Like, it's so weird that we all chose Drake Warden Rangers. With also a number of levels of fighter. And because he's such a Hawkeye with the bow, his Drake, of course, is named Pierce.
Beautiful. So, an interlude, the ancient artifact that keeps the hidden village.
We've got another ranger.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
I know.
Oh.
The ancient artifact that keeps the hidden village of Drakewind Falls shielded from the rest of the world must be relit each year before the end of the 12th Night of Krixmas. This is done through a harmony of dragon's breath from the various mature drakes cared for and representing the various family clans of the falls and kept by the wardens who keep the 5 essences: cold, fire, lightning, poison, and acid. The elders of Drakewind Falls left a fortnight ago but have yet to return, and now the village must confront their fates as the final night draws nigh. And as that final night draws nigh, you see our fifth member flying in upon her drake, and I'll let her introduce herself.
All right. I am Lady Fandlin. I am one of the 5 Drake Wardens of Drakewind Falls. And I am bearer of the lightning essence. And my family has been here bearing the lightning for generations. I don't know how much of this backstory you want me to go into, James, because I don't want to spoil stuff. Okay.
You can give as much or as little as you feel is appropriate.
Okay. I'm a Clash Charm, so I have like weird telepathic mind link powers. I've got a bunch of sweet lightning powers. I have a Drake. His name is Nikola Tesla.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. What else? I have all sorts of cool lightning powers. I have some cool wings I can manifest.
Uh-oh.
That was just my Spice World DVD falling off my desk.
Beautiful.
True story.
I'm
worried about it now.
Yeah, so I'm showing up, and I will throw it back to James because I don't want to spoil his storyline.
All right. So you see at the cusp of dawn, Lady Fanlin flying in. Nikola Tesla does not look coiled and ready to strike. In fact, he looks quite exhausted. And as they come in for a landing, you can see that the lady is much worse for wear. In fact, you don't think that she's conscious as Nikola sets down and she falls to the ground. Our intrepid crew each has a background training as a Drake Warden. Tanis, Terryball, Deej, and Fletcher are each part of the tradition. Not all family clans have the kind of background that Lady Fanlin's does, where the kind of Drake essence is the responsibility of those clans. There's everyone within the falls that that has a connection to a Drake has the potential to become the new warden of the 5 essences that relight this beacon. And think about this beacon as a kind of artifact that does something similar to like Wakanda, right? If Wakanda was powered by 5, kind of dragon's breaths in harmony, and had to be relit each year, this is essentially kind of what happens. And each of the warden elders are the drakes that are responsible for doing this on the 12th night. So we're kind of on the morning of this final night, and Lady Fanlin kind of crashes in, and you are left to wonder what's going on. But you are up early training, and you see this happen. The 4 of you.
All right, so I'm gonna go over to her and see if she's conscious at all.
She's not currently conscious now.
All right, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
All right.
For a certain number of points that I should not have clicked to roll on D&D Beyond, because that takes 14 days. That's 8 health.
All right. Lady Fanlin, you kind of wake to a start, and you find yourself back in Drakewind Falls, not quite sure of how you got there. The last thing that you could remember, you start to see a place that you recognize as the Helm and Cloak. The Helm and Cloak is a public house that is situated down near Bonders Pass. Bonders Pass is the kind of human settlement that is kind of outside of your bubble, near the base of the kind of floating mountains that make up Drakewind Falls.
Okay. So I recognize this place just as like having been here before, or like having heard of it.
Having been there,
Okay.
having been there previously, and like your memory is foggy of the kind of the last stretch. You're not sure whether that's from the kind of damage that you've incurred or otherwise, but you're kind of left with that kind of as you wake up, just like in a start, this kind of recollection of this public house.
Okay.
There is a kind of urgency to everything that's going on. You left essentially nearly a fortnight ago, just as the Festival of Christmas was starting, that celebrated in Drakewind Falls for 12 nights. And the 4 Drake Warden elders that left with you are not with you when you return. But you don't
Uh-oh.
remember why or how you got separated.
Okay. Do I know like the other Drake Wardens
Yeah, so
like familiarly, or like just we all sort of kind of work together?
yeah, so the other wardens essentially, like, you've been entrusted with protecting that essence as they have.
Right.
So I mean,
Okay.
you are kind of the kind of 5 protectors.
Okay.
So
So
you're
like presumably we've had like council meetings and like we all at least know of each other if we don't know each other personally.
yes, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you would know you know all the other kind of 4 wardens very well. These 4, Fletcher, Terry Bull, Tanis, and Deej, you recognize. Maybe you've interacted in some way. If any of you guys have a personal connection to Lady Fanlin, or Lady Fanlin, if you have a connection that you have knowing any of these 4, you're certainly welcome to it. But the kind of Fanlin line, or your family's line, is very kind of particular about ensuring that they are prepared when the kind of lightning essence bearer must pass on that responsibility, that it stays within your family line.
Okay. And so would they have known that like myself and 4 other people like left on this mission? So
Yeah.
is it alarming to them that only one of us comes back?
Yeah, it's incredibly
Okay.
Important to them, also because if the kind of artifact is not rekindled by the dragon's breath of the 5 Drake wardens, that the kind of mystical energy that shields this kind of area of the world comes down and is revealed, which
Okay.
in this world, having that many drakes and kind of big mystical energy, it's a little bit like that kind of big reveal of the kind of hidden civilization that wants to stay hidden, very much so. Not to say obviously that you don't kind of venture out when summoned or when necessary, no doubt. But the kind of the home of the Drake Wardens is not kind of well known outside of
Okay.
Drakewind Falls.
Gotcha. But everybody like knew that this sort of like envoy was heading out, and so
Yeah,
everybody
they knew.
is equally as alarmed as I am that only I am coming back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Also,
cool.
because it's literally like the last day that the beacon can be relit. Like people
Right,
are
right.
like people. A couple days
People
went
are freaking out.
by. It was a bit of like, oh well, they're still working on it. At this point, yeah, the Drakewind Falls is a bit in a tizzy that people have not been back.
Understandable.
Yeah. So how about everybody else? Do you guys know each other? Do you know Lady Fanlin? Lady Fanlin, are you familiar with any of our long-worded, short nicknamed friends?
It's a family name. I don't know why everyone has a problem with it. It's pretty easy if you try. But I've known you for 40 years. Okay. I think Terry is I think Terry's a bit nonplussed by this whole situation. He's like, someone didn't do the job. So he will he'll go over with Tantalus, but he's hanging back a little bit. He looks pretty pissed off, actually.
And for the record, can you
Disappointed dad
guys
energy.
Big dad energy.
can you
Disappointed
share
dad
what
energy.
can you share what type your everybody's drakes are?
Oh yeah. So Terry is a crystal dragonborn, and he has a white drake, so cold.
Nice. Tanis?
Yep. He's got a red dragon, so he's fire.
Deej? Deej?
Acid. I have an acid drake.
Oh. Fletcher?
Pierce is he's green, so poison.
Excellent. And that would leave lightning for Lady Fanlin.
Indeed.
Okay.
Nikola Tesla's an electric blue dragon because he's fucking cool.
Damn.
Very pretty.
It's real nice. Real nice. So for everybody watching,
Not very inconspicuous though.
Fizbin's I can't even remember. Is it Collection of Dragons? Fizbin's
Treasury of Dragons.
Treasury of Dragons. Of course.
Treasury
of
of
course, it's a
Dragons.
Treasury of Dragons. Is the most recent book in the 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons library, and it includes a new subclass of Ranger, the Drake Warden Ranger, which everyone is playing at least in some part this evening. So if you want to check it out, definitely one of the coolest unearthed arcanas, and basically was like, I want to run an entire thing about that. So all right, so you made it over, Lady Fanlin. You kind of are met by Tanis. You see Terry Bowl hanging back. Deej, Fletcher, what are you up to?
Seeing that she's kind of beat up, Fletcher's gonna kind of move in the direction she came from.
Okay.
To see if there's anything that was coming in behind her.
Excellent. Make me a perception check.
Nat 20, 27.
Whew.
Wow. We're
Yeah,
kicking it off good.
So you don't see anything kind of that's been trailing her directly. As you look out, the sun is just kind of beginning to peek out, and the first kind of light of day is echoing out as you look off the kind of edge of the mountain crest of Drakewind Falls. Deej, what are you up to? What do you think about this?
I'm beside myself with worry. So I think what I'm going to do is go up there and say, "You don't have time to
Can you say that one more time, Deej?
So I'm gonna run up there because I'm beside myself with worry.
Oh yeah, I heard that part. Just the last part.
And then
Repeat
I'm
the
gonna
last part.
say, "Hey, Lady Fanlin, we ain't got time."
That's what I was looking for. Okay. So Lady Fanlin.
That was very motivational. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Feel fine now.
Pain is just a conspiracy.
You
Oh no.
you find yourself remembering that you've put something in the kind of side satchel of your riding cloak, and you reach in,
Did I?
and in it you have 4 crystals which look very similar to something that you carry that's very important to you. These 4 crystals are the crystals that represent the other Drake Warden's essence. These are carried by the Wardens
Oh.
specifically, and you have the 4 that belong to the 4 Wardens that are missing right now. For the audience, the 4 gents are playing 11th level characters. The ability to fly is not given until 15th level, but when you are having the honor bestowed upon you to become the next warden, these crystals will not bump you up in level, but will allow you to start training your drakes in order to fly.
Oh
So
man. I could make my friends
you could
have their
deputize
dragons
them
able to
essentially.
fly.
Yes.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Would it be wait, do we see this? That Lady Fenlin has these crystals?
Keep my pocket.
If she, I
I'm
mean,
gonna pick your pocket.
if she takes it out of, you could pay $15 and you could steal them.
I don't want to steal one. I just want to know if I see it.
I don't know. You see? Oh, make me a perception check.
Okay. 15.
So you're kind of sitting back a little bit, right? And so you notice that she kind of has this kind of second of clarity, and then you see her reach into her satchel and like kind of go wide-eyed.
I'm gonna go over and look at what she's freaking out about.
All right. Lady Fanlin, what are you freaking out about? And are you showing it to everyone, or are you keeping it to yourself?
So, just for like a little bit of context here, since I low-key have amnesia, I recognize that like it is very rare that these shards would be parted from the people who carried them, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So this is like, there's a good chance that these 4 people are dead. Because I imagine that as like a keeper of a shard, you were like, you will take this out of my cold dead hands.
That's about the most accurate description, yes.
Okay. So knowing that, and knowing that like we got like shit to do, I will just be like, hey guys, gather round. I got something for you.
Pony up, boys.
How did you get those? Seems like a good question right now. Yeah, isn't it?
I don't remember, but
sorry, you don't.
Yeah,
I don't remember how you got 4 of the most sacred objects to our entire populace, and you just don't remember.
I've had a day. Okay.
Sounds like
your insight check.
All right, make an insight check.
13.
Yeah, you don't sense any deception from her. You feel that she genuinely like was as surprised as you all to find those, but she means what she says when she like feels that this is like a most dire situation that she escaped from.
I don't remember how I escaped from it, but
well, we need
that we got some stuff to do.
We need to find somebody to light the beacon.
Tori looks adequately satisfied with that answer.
Lady Fanlin, make me a Constitution saving check.
A Constitution saving throw?
Yes.
Okay. 15.
All right. You have a very kind of powerful kind of episode, and you
A fit, if you will.
yes, a fit, which do not visit upon the Kalashtar very often due to your telepathy and other kind of mind driven traits. But you start to recall bits and pieces of the previous fortnight and see smoke twisted and coiled like a serpentine dragon forming curls in the gloom, illuminated only by torches that are hanging from the stone and mortar walls of the Helm and Cloak, a popular inn near the kind of outskirts of Bonder's Pass. There's a cloaked figure that sits comfortably in a cushioned oak chair, puffed once more from his smoking pipe, and soon the air is filled with the heavy scent of the tobacco he smokes. You hear a voice in your head, "Thank you for accepting my invitation. I am Zaragos, and I am the proprietor of the Sorcerer's Sundries." He kind of looks at you, and you see your other wardens on the side of you, the five of you together. And he looks a little bit annoyed that nobody's like, "Oh," and he says, "It is a magical curio shop. You should visit it sometime." And he turns to his left, and you kind of like pan over, and like kind of out of the kind of fuzziness of this scene, you see a kind of short, half elven woman with luminous white hair, and he gestures to her and says, "This is Zondi Silverthorn, a scout that knows the forests around Bonder's Pass.
Oh.
She will be your guide on this deed that I have summoned you for." And she greets you warmly and says, "A good evening to you all." And Zaragos kind of continues, and you kind of like snap back, and kind of everything stays really fuzzy, kind of outside of that. And he says, "Let me get to the matter at hand. Your wardens were recommended to me. I need a group of capable, powerful individuals to go to the Dragon's Maw, deep within the Cloak Wood, and stop someone who might be an agent of the Cult of the Dragon from unleashing a very powerful and very evil artifact." And you find yourself kind of like snap back into the moment as like all that fuzziness just kind of like pulls you back out, and you realize that you've like gone kind of down on one knee and have your hands on the ground, and you're just kind of like your fingernails are kind of like rich with the like dew of the soil on your hands, and you realize you've just been like grasping it for all you're worth, and you're kind of sweating in a kind of panic of this kind of coming back to you.
So am I aware that I'm having a flashback? Or do I feel like that's more of a premonition sort of situation?
Oh, I don't know. Why don't you make me maybe make me a history check?
A history check.
Yeah. We'll see whether you
Alright.
feel like it's in the past or in the future, or if you're just like, ugh.
19.
Yeah, you definitely think that this is something coming back to you.
Okay. So this is what went sideways.
Yes, very
Okay.
much so. So you remember Bonder's Pass, you remember the Helm and Cloak, and you now remember Zaragos and Zandy.
Okay.
and the fact that he wanted you to, you and your fellow wardens, to stop potentially an agent of the Cult of the Dragon.
Okay.
The Cult of the Dragon, very similarly to, for anybody that's played through kind of like Tyranny of Dragons or any of the Horde of the Dragon Queens, the Cult of the Dragon, seeks to bring back Tiamat, the like mother dragon, the evil dragon, from her imprisonment, as well as to resurrect the undying dragons. And they're like, in this world, they are like, they do not care about kind of remaining secret or kind of being on the DL. Like, they want to be out in the open. They want dragons to rule as they ruled in the before times.
Yeah, they're not like a super secretive cult. They're kind of
No.
dragons kick ass.
Yeah.
We should bring them back.
No doubt.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will regale the friends with like the Reader's Digest version of that flashback that I had.
That one's for the kids. Reader's Digest. Look it up.
Look it up.
See if your
For
grandma's
the senior citizens.
Look it up. Look it up in an encyclopedia. Ask your grandparents.
You got a Britannica sitting around?
No, they didn't have that letter at the grocery store yet.
I know that feeling.
Yeah. So I will tell everybody like that as far as I can ascertain, that is what happened. And that is presumably what happened to the other 4 Drake Wardens that left with me.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
don't know if you guys are going to believe me, but I had like a very visceral reaction to that vision. So I feel like that's convincing.
I believe you.
Thank you.
who are you going to find to help you?
That is a very good question.
Terry just steps forward and he's like, give me that. And he takes cold crystal. He's like, we better head out. Don't got time.
Yep.
So I will distribute them amongst the rest of my new friends here.
All right. So the harnesses that you have on your drakes that are typically kind of keeping their wings in so that they're not damaged while kind of riding, you're able to kind of unfasten those kind of like saddles, and when you get kind of close to them with the crystals, you see that kind of essence in the eyes of the drake, and all 4 of them kind of stretch their wings out majestically. You've seen them kind of in play, kind of moving about, but this is the first time that they kind of echo the majesty of the kind of 5 wardens. This is going to be harder than if you were a higher level, so we're going to be doing some animal handling as we move through this adventure. So keep those bad boys in line. Is anybody proficient in animal handling?
I am.
Yes.
Yep.
Nate, are you proficient?
Yeah, I'm an expert.
Somebody planned ahead.
Yeah, and I've been waiting for this. Tanis will he will attach a lance to Lance.
Oh.
Scary.
Yo.
So if we have any air combat, he's ready.
All right.
I imagine that like Nikola Tesla just kind of gives them all a knowing nod, like, this is what you were born for, dragons.
Beautiful. Fletcher.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about him. What is Fletcher's relationship with his drake?
So he imprinted when Pierce was born. So Pierce just views Fletcher as mommy.
Okay.
Oh.
They have not gotten to the point where Fletcher can mount up. But it's totally fine because his regular movement speed is the same as the Drake's flying speed.
Mm-hmm.
So he just kind of ninja runs on the ground to kind of keep up.
All right. So as the rest of your party is flying, how are you going to mediate that? If you've not kind of trained, you can tell me what you'd like to do, or I could tell you a mechanic we can use. Either is fine by me. I'm interested.
I would think that Pierce would kind of fly in a place where it would still be visible to Coney.
Okay.
So Fletcher can keep track of them while running along.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay. So we're down one Deej. So basically, Lady Fanlin, you've been out in the world a lot more. Predominantly, the inhabitants of Drakewind Falls don't kind of venture forth until they are either kind of identified as future wardens, or they are identified as being cut out for the guilds, which do kind of venture forth beyond the kind of veil that shields the falls. And so, with all of you having trained, some of you have kind of been out in the world, and I'm curious what your experiences have been, or if there's places that you've been that you found to be particularly of note or of allure to your characters.
Well, I'd say my character hasn't traveled very far afield.
Kind of a homebody.
Yeah, I mean, Terry has spent a fair amount of time up in the mountains. This is a family gig. It's been in the family for generations. He's the last one, so he's effectively been training for this his entire life. Knowing that he's going to harness the spirit of cold, he spends a lot of time in the cold.
All right.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Fletcher has traveled all up and down the Iron Route, and really comfortable in woods, and he's pretty adaptable.
All right. So, Lady Fanlin, you're familiar with the area possibly the most. You know that the Cloak Wood is the kind of nearest body in forest that surrounds Bonder's Pass, which is the kind of doorway to the larger kind of civilized world beyond the falls. So you could imagine that either kind of heading towards the Cloak Wood, or kind of in the general direction of Bonder's Pass. I mean, right now, what you remember is the public house in Bonder's Pass.
Okay. So that's like, am I from here originally?
Your family has been the kind of lightning essence bearer for multiple generations.
Okay.
Where you come from, I mean, Kalashtar are rumored to be the connection or the process of kind of wandering spirits bonding with or kind of producing offspring with humans. Which is what kind of gives them the kind of mental prowess that they have. So whether your family kind of has lived here or kind of comes here when they have a kind of new warden to offer up for training is totally up to you.
Okay. Got you.
Yes. Got you.
So having said that, like I'm probably the one who has been out of town the most. You guys have all kind of like ventured, but just not very far. Is that correct? A correct assumption?
Yep.
Okay.
I made a few longer trips, but yeah, usually stick around.
Okay. What are we thinking our next move should be? Oh, also, logistical question.
Yes.
I was unconscious. How many hit points do I have right
now? How many did you get healed for by our
8.
resident? 8.
Yeah, 8.
A whopping 8. So
yeah,
you're at
we
8.
Might need to take a little nap before we go.
It's probably going to take us an hour or two to get set up. You're already packed up, ready to go. If you want to patch yourself up while we do that, it's
Short
fine by
rest
me.
it.
Yeah, you could short rest it. I don't have a time or countdown going on, but I will update you kind of as the day goes on. You're basically at daybreak right now, and by the kind of final moonlight this evening, the kind of artifact that protects the falls needs to be relit. So time is definitely of the essence.
Okay.
So yeah, so
I mean, I would like to not strike off into the wilderness with 8 hit points because I don't
that's
think
understandable.
That's end well.
Yep.
We would also like you to not do that.
I appreciate that.
I don't even know Cure Wounds.
I will cast. Let's see, where is it? Healing Spirit, and a tiny, fat little dragon will cuddle up toward Lady Fandolin and heal her for 1 minute.
Yay! What does that do for me?
1d6 HP per. Let's see. Spirit can heal a number of times equal to 1 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, which is 4, so 5d6.
Okay. Do I roll that? Do you roll that?
You should probably roll that.
Okay. So that's 5d6 total?
Yep.
3 to add my con mod to that? Or is it just straight 5d6?
No, just straight 5d6.
$18. I was at 26 with 109, so.
Yeah, that's not great.
Well, you got a short rest. You can always roll some hit dice.
That's true. I mean, I also feel like I have a healing spell or two.
You do.
I do.
Fletcher will use prestidigitation to clean her clothes up.
Thanks, Fletcher.
Very nice.
So at least now your gear isn't bloody.
I appreciate that.
That's very sweet.
It's like healing, but for your socks.
True.
It's like healing, but for your socks. Okay, so for Fletcher, Terry, Deej, while your companions are getting healed up and ready to go, what are you all doing to prepare before we take off?
Terry, you can go.
No, go ahead.
Terry is going to make a quick jaunt back to his residence. He is going to, out of a very well-appointed chest take out a white leather saddle. It's ornate. It has fangs sort of used as adornments, and some clear crystalline jewels as well. Sort of, he ponders it for a little while. This is the family. This is the flying saddle. This is sort of a rite of passage, and though he knows he probably shouldn't be bestowing it upon himself, desperate times call for desperate measures. So he is going to prepare that. He's going to get Adia set up for with the new saddle, pack the requisite supplies, and as is customary for Terry and Adia, he's going to spend a bit of time, the sort of balance of what's left over, just sort of getting their spirits in line, getting their heads straight. They over the years, they've developed a sort of bit of a symbiotic bond that benefits the both of them. So he's just going to make sure to get that in line, get his head straight. He's, figures he might have to be the voice of reason in this sort of emergency type situation. So he's just going to steel himself for that.
Excellent. Deej, how are you and Kimmy getting along?
We're getting along famously. In fact, right now I took a horse blanket and some leather strips, and I made myself a pair of leg warmers. And now I'm gonna go find my boyfriend. Give him a big kiss.
Okay, you cut out for a second there, and then came back with big kiss. So
I'm gonna go find my boyfriend Steve.
Oh, Steve,
give him a big old kiss.
Oh, that's nice. Good.
Yeah, he's a hunk.
Fletcher.
Since Fletcher hasn't gotten to the point where they're even considering like riding at this point, he is going to go back to his place though, because they have like, those little puppy harnesses for carrying bottles of water and stuff.
Yes.
He does have one of those. So he's going to get Pierce fitted up with his little carrier harness and strap on extra quivers of arrows, some rations, blankets, things that you might need if you're out adventuring.
Does he have the little cask around his neck like a Saint Bernard?
No, don't be silly.
Don't be silly. Oh man. And finally, Tanis, how are you and your Drake getting prepared while Fandlin takes her short rest?
Well, we're pretty much ready to go. We've got Lance. I had my equipment out here because we're basically training, so we're good to go.
All right. So everybody but Tanis can have inspiration. Sorry, buddy.
Yes.
That's what I get for being ready.
Yeah.
Ready more creatively.
Yeah. Yeah. Be less ready, but more readier.
Fair.
Touching moment.
Touching moment. We're prepared. I've strapped a weapon to my Drake. Excellent. No, that's pretty cool. You can also have inspiration, Tanis.
You can have inspiration for that thing you did a super long time ago.
Oh. We're gonna drag you a little bit, but you can have inspiration.
Not for my fat baby dragon. How dare you?
That was pretty good too. All right. Lady Fanlin, are you prepared to disembark?
No.
All right, excellent. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, Terry is like circling in the air very agitatedly. He is like, TikTok, we got to get out of here.
So, we'll say
your level of like angry dad energy in this character
He is
is
peak.
my favorite.
It's real
I will
good.
turn. I will turn these drakes around.
Wow.
So once everybody is ready, you begin to take off. For some of you, it's been the first time that you've been out with your like Drake manifest.
Oh, you're all like wobbly flying and
Oh yeah.
falling off sideways.
So Fletcher is kind of running along and following. So Fletcher, I'm gonna have you make a perception check to keep in eye shot of Pierce.
Sure. 22.
All right, and then the other three noobs, if you can all make me animal handling checks, that would be wonderful. If anybody gets below a 18, please let me know.
27.
32. Natural 20.
I also got a natural 20.
Oh.
You guys are crushing it.
I got an 8.
You got an 8?
Yeah, it's not good.
Okay.
We turn back and Deej is just like hanging like
Deej
one
is like-
foot in the stirrup.
It's just like, I miss Steve so bad.
Somehow she's under her dragon.
Yeah, you are on the saddle and it's upside down. Make me a
Dragon
dex.
is
Make
somehow
me a
riding
dex
you.
save,
Alright.
Colin.
Oh no.
That is 20. 30, 20.
That's good enough. So you guys, you're looking a little, birds that just fly out of the nest and are like going along pretty well, and then they're like whoop, and then they like come floating back into frame, keeping up with Lady Fandlin.
meant to do
Fletcher, Fletcher, you are keeping up, and your beautiful Drake is flying in formation, taking leads from Tesla as you fly over the cloak wood. As you're flying over, everybody can make me a perception check.
We're in a flying V, correct?
I mean,
Nice.
ducks fly together, dude,
This dice
and
is
so do
hot.
drakes.
26.
Oh,
Nice. 25.
5.
Guys.
Yeah.
Deej is doing.
I only have a 21.
I mean, upside down off my saddle. Sorry.
Fletcher.
Someone should go do something about that.
I'm having a time back here.
Fletcher, you can make yours at advantage.
All right. 26.
All right. So, as you're bounding through the cloak wood, it's rather gloomy on the forest floor. It's really, really dense. The light has not kind of really crested, so it's not coming through the kind of forest canopy cover yet. So most of the things that you're seeing are kind of shades of dark green, rich mahogany, brown, really kind of heavy saturation with everything going by you, and you're bounding to keep up with Pierce. So you're kind of flowing through. As a result, you kind of are relying on your other senses to move you through. You can really kind of get that kind of musty smell of loam and kind of damp earth and kind of decomposing leaves. It's just thick, right? It's decorative gourd season, motherfuckers. We are in the kind of throes of the Christmas celebration, and even the kind of rustling foliage as you're bounding through, the kind of soft crunch of twigs underfoot, just are kind of completely heightened, with the kind of dense cover and the kind of early morning kind of floating and hanging in the air. You feel like very, very little wind. But up ahead, everyone who got over a 25 can see a glint in a clearing that is about 60 yards in front of you.
A glint, you say?
A glint, I say.
Am I like in the lead because I'm the one who knows how to fly a dragon?
I don't know.
Oh, is that how we're playing this?
Well, I'm thinking.
I would assume so.
Or am I following up in the rear, just like shepherding?
I don't know. You're the lady warden. Why don't you tell me?
Yeah, lead on, lady.
Although Terry and I are going to have to point out that glint we see in front of us.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm too busy making sure that Deej isn't falling off her dragon.
That's very responsible of you, honestly.
You guys gotta cut it out.
Check that one off the list.
Oh, have mercy. You cut that one up too. Okay, so you point that out, Fletcher. You also see it. So let me know how you guys want to approach that.
I'll just volunteer to swoop down a bit closer and see what I can see from the air. Maybe Fletcher might want to stay back if it's dangerous. That way, won't get you.
All right. Yeah, why don't you make me another perception check as you dive down through. Fletcher, what's your running speed?
40.
Okay.
Is my regular travel speed, and I can dash if I need to.
Okay.
So fast.
Yeah.
That is 25.
Okay.
This dice is so hot right now. I'm gonna get so wrecked in combat.
You dip down and kind of the canopy becomes thinner, and you can see that there's a small glade that's roughly 60 feet in diameter. You notice as you get closer a kind of very distinct coppery smell that hangs in the air, as well as kind of strange buzzing sound coming from nearby. Near the center of the clearing is a huge elk that's lying prone. It appears to be entangled in a hunter's snare and struggling to get out of it. You also note that there's kind of strange furrows on the ground around it, as if some massive plow kind of like randomly went through them. But what catches your attention are the thousands of strange tiny brown puffballs floating in the breeze.
Oh.
And is it clear, since none of those things seemed like it would glint, is it clear what was glinting?
You'd probably have to go down closer, or if you'd want to make another perception check, you definitely could.
Yeah, I'll try to see it from the air.
Okay.
That is a 19.
As you are kind of standing there, or floating there, rather, you see that it looks like these are kind of snare traps that have been set. They're pretty rudimentary. It didn't kill the elk, but it's certainly not doing it any favors. And emerging from a ground like a great white shark is a boulet that begins to devour the elk whole, and you recognize that buzzing sound was the sound of a swarm of sturges that also light down upon the elk, feasting on the blood.
You hate to see it. Yeah, Jerry will fly back up. He'll relay what he saw, and he'll say, "You hate to see it."
Sure do. You wonder who laid those traps.
I don't know. Doesn't really feel to me like it's something we have a lot of extra time for.
Fletcher, make me oops, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, although we got to let Fletcher can't get around that, or he's going to have to get around that on the ground. He can't fly.
Hackman. Minnesota says this group needs more beards. Yeah, baby. Get on it, Joel and Christy.
Never.
Oh, dastardly Joel.
You'll get sideburns and you'll like sideburns.
Oh, wow. And that's how we raise the big bucks for the kids. Stuff it, viewers.
Oh,
Oh, man. Good stuff. Speaking of, we're almost up to $9,500.
that is
Thank you.
wild. Thank
Holy
you,
crap.
everybody. That's so much money.
Also, someone called someone way cooler than that rabbit guy donated $101. So I hope that's one of your friends, Joel.
God, I hope so.
Sideburns or like sick burns.
Oh.
Yeah. Was that?
Yeah. So Fletcher, make me a perception check.
All right. How's the 21?
21's fantastic. So you see that Pierce is kind of flying in formation with everybody else, and that Terry Bowl has flown down. You see the same. You come about just a little bit later, kind of as he is kind of pulling back up. That the Boulay and the Sturges are there, and you see that glint happen again. And from the kind of side of the tree line, you see a small figure with a short bow aiming and picking Sturges off one by one.
Interesting. What can I... Is that everything I can make out about the small figure picking him off?
Yeah, you could make me another perception check, or if you want to get closer, you could use another skill. What do you want to know?
It's shooting Sturges, which seems like an okay thing in my book right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to stealthily move closer.
Okay. So as you move closer, you can see that this appears to be an elf of some sort. They have a kind of elven bow and seem incredibly skilled as an archer, which is quite atypical.
Pretty standard elf shit.
Yeah, I mean, elven archery is well known within the land.
Overrated.
Yeah, they're not bad.
What did you say?
I said, yeah, they're not bad.
Yeah, they're all right.
All right.
You also notice that like
Rude.
really distinct coppery smell that's hanging in the air from the kind of huge elk that's being eviscerated by the Boulay and devoured by the Sturges, which are now down in numbers. More flew in, but there's only 4 that remain.
Can I identify the coppery smell, like what it's coming from?
Yeah, roll me a nature check.
An 18.
Yeah, using your keen adventuring skills and rangery abilities, S-Blood, baby.
All right.
Stanky blood.
Go ahead, Ryan.
I was gonna say, well, no, you should go, and then I'll see what you
go.
do, and then I'll go.
As I get closer to the elf, I'm just gonna be like, Sturge baiting?
She turns on you with an arrow knocked and asks you to identify yourself.
I'm Fletcher Coney. I'm a ranger.
Scorpio.
Who are you?
Long walks on the beach, etc.
And don't point that thing at me unless you know you're going to use it.
I'll use it on anyone who comes into this wood and endangers me. I'm Zandy Silverthorn.
I know her! Or at least, like, from the past.
She's a friend from work! What do you,
I'm no danger to you. Like, my whole deal is patrolling the woods to help people like you generally. And up there in the sky, there are like 4 more of, not me, but other rangers, and our drakes are all up there.
Deej lifts the hand to wave and just falls off again.
No.
Make me a dexterity saving throw, Deej. Actually, you can make me an animal handling check first. We'll give you an opportunity.
I got 15 in animal handling.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's good enough.
You handled it.
She says, Drakes. Is the Lady Fandlin with you?
Yeah.
Please beckon her down. Take me to her.
Well, I can't take you to her. I mean, she's airborne.
I've been searching for her for days.
Well, look up.
I also imagine that she's like, take me to her, and you just like point at your dragon, and you're like, really, lady?
Like look up, stupid. I'll say that probably after sort of regaling what was happening down there, Terry would sort of swoop back down, and knowing that Fletcher is down there, can he see Fletcher and or Zandy?
Make me a perception check.
18.
Yeah, you can see that Fletcher's interacting with somebody down there. You don't know exactly what's going on, but it seems to be another humanoid. She does have a bow pointed at him.
And I see that you described Zandy to us, right?
Yes. Well,
I was talking to Lady Fandlin.
Sorry.
I know you did. I just don't know if I know what she looks like. Did you describe Zandy to us?
I don't think I probably described her. I probably told you that I met her, but I don't think I was like, oh, she's an elf and blah blah blah.
I think then what
but I would have told you the name. So.
Sure. I think that what Terry would do is, seeing that there's a sort of volatile Boulette and Sturge situation relatively close to his pal, and knowing that his pal's got to get around this somehow, and maybe this other random elf, he will cast Fog Cloud, centered on where the elk is. So ideally, it would get the Sturges and the Boulette. And I don't think there's a save on it, but let me double check.
Okay.
That is nope. It's a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point that I just described. It is heavily obscured and lasts for up to an hour.
Okay. Yeah. You see the kind of the Boulette and the Sturges kind of pause for a moment, but then go right back to it. They're kind of like, they're not phased, but they're also not kind of actively looking. They're quite happy with themselves right now.
Great.
You see the other humanoid lower her bow and look up towards the rest of you to see where this is emanating from. We're making hand signals. So.
Sure, yours was rude though.
You took it too far.
You made a Friends reference at me for a charity event. It's mean. It's low.
Not that
we were on a break.
Program.
Pivot.
Okay. So if we look down, because like obviously Terry has like seen the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm somehow oblivious to this. If I look down, like she is now obscured by this fog cloud, correct?
This is true.
Okay.
Well, actually, if it's a 60-foot clearing,
She's
and
probably on the edge of it.
the two of them are at the edge of the clearing, they would probably. I mean, you're painting the picture here, but I feel like part of my judgment in doing this was that it was described as a 60-foot clearing.
No, warrior. We're painting the picture here together.
Great.
So yeah,
Good.
they're on the bing ding. They're kind of on the edge of the
Mhm.
cloud of fog. So yes, you could. Go ahead, Fletcher. Sorry.
Yeah, go Fletcher.
I'm going to use prestidigitation to shoot up like a little flare.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
For my Drake riding friends.
Yeah.
That's like green flare.
Like, oh hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if we see that flare, then I will go in the direction of it, because that's what flares are for.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
True.
All right. So you all light down and are able to land on the outside of the clearing. The animals, the beasts that are concerned with the huge elk continue to concern themselves with that, not wanting to encounter larger predators. And Zandy runs over to you. She has a scarf that's tightly covering her nose and mouth. And she like runs up and she like grabs your face and like looks into your eyes and says,
Oh, no.
"From the look on your face, Lady Fandlin, it seems that you're already under the effects of the fungal spores."
Oh no.
No, don't worry. The spores are harmless. However, your memory may be foggy. I've been looking for you for many days. It will gradually return as your body fights off the spores in your system, but we don't have the luxury of time to wait for that to happen. We still have a quarter day's journey ahead of us. We're pressed for
no.
time.
No shit, lady.
And
I am
you
like
are?
also circling, like I'm circling like 10 or 20 feet up, ready to take pot shots at this bullet. And I'm
Okay.
just calling down rudely at this. And I'm Pterofactus Bolsifesteros.
Pleasure to
Maybe
meet
you've
you.
heard of me.
No.
Nope.
I have not.
These are my friends.
Charmed.
Hi, I'm
I know
Dean.
last time you met me, I had new friends. Like, I had other friends, but these are new friends.
Well, if we're going to return to the Dragon's Maw, we must be going now.
Yeah, clock's ticking. Let's go. Chop, chop.
You know the way.
Most definitely. I've led you there before.
Lady, you just talked to me about the fungal spores. Like, you know I'm not all there.
It was not to mock you, but simply a statement of fact.
Hey, Deej.
Yeah.
I bet that maw is on the other side of the. And Fletcher's going to look to the left, the right, and then forward, and go, wood.
You know, it's really funny you say that because I have an Uncle Joseph who loves to talk about wood too. He's got a little woodchuck. That's his pet. And yeah, pretty exciting. He's a ranger too. They call him Ranger Joe. He's the greatest guy I know.
I don't doubt it.
Can I take inspiration away?
You've
just-
played
I'm
enough
just trying
episodes
to-
of Tasty Boys to know you cannot take inspiration away.
I'm just trying to make sure we tick off all the boxes.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so she's willing to lead us on. I'll be like, lead on,
Great.
lady. I don't remember her name.
Let's
Silverthorn.
Zandy.
Santi.
Um,
Lead on, Santi.
All right. So for the next kind of couple of hours of the morning, you follow Zandy up a narrow trail that twists through the cloakwood until it finally opens up into a small glen. There's a rocky path that's about 80 feet long that leads up to a sheer cliff wall. There's about a dozen or more raised skull-mounted spears that flank the path at random intervals, and these skulls appear to be those of small reptilian humanoid type. The path ends at a 10-foot wide cave mouth that has been crudely carved into the shape of a dragon's skull. And she says, "This is as far as I'll go. I'll wait here and hide at the edge of the forest until the evening comes."
But last stop for you.
For now.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody wants to make me a history check about the Dragon's Maw, I can tell you a little bit about it.
You did, but I rolled a 5.
Oh, I beat somebody. I got
12.
a 6.
I rolled a 12. Well, actually, I rolled an 11, but I have a +1, so just 12.
Deej.
Hold on.
I was like, I could tell you things, and then you guys are like, I fucked up. We all have inspiration, but
14.
A 14?
That's pretty good.
It's not bad, but it's not good enough. Lady Fandlin, would you like to try to remember things about the Dragon's Maw?
I can sure try.
That'd be swell.
It's getting adversarial already.
I think the 5 gets me remembering that our elf friend just called it the Dragon's Maw.
Yeah, you can also see that it's made out of limestone, and the entrance looks like a dragon.
Am I doing a history for this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh God.
Oh boy.
Well, that's a 5.
Excellent.
All right, that's it. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
And then I'm going to re-roll, and we'll see how it goes.
All right. Sounds good.
Oh, there we go. 19.
All right.
That is much better.
You remember
thank you for your
in your recollection of this place and everything that you've heard of the cult of the dragon, you know that this was in decades past a kind of hideaway for them outside of the public eye. But one of the reasons why the cult has not been kind of as large of an issue up until this point in recent years is because it actually split into two factions. One that was really devoted to the kind of old path, like classic raising and worshiping undead dragons, and one that followed a new path, which was summoning Tiamat and her legion into this world. And so a lot of those that followed the old path were either kind of killed or kind of driven into hiding as the kind of cult of Tiamat grew in favor.
Those both sound hideous.
Yeah, it's not good.
Do we feel like both of these factions are still pretty active?
Not a lot. No, the kind of cult of Tiamat has been on the rise. Here, they unlike the kind of old cultists that really were about kind of raising and worshiping the undead dragons, They kind of stuck to the old ways that like we want that, but we want that away from prying eyes. Like that is something that only those who are devoted to these kind of undead dragons should be able to experience that. Whereas like the Tiamat fanatics are kind of like, we want it all out in the open. Like they need to not only know, but they need to like suffer underneath a kind of the dragon mother. And that only we should be the ones that reap that benefit.
Gotcha.
And everybody else should be kind of under our boot.
Okay.
So, yeah. Lady Fanlin, what did you roll?
I rolled a 5.
Excellent. Okay. So, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Can I check for tracks or signs of other people or beings recently being in the area?
Yes, absolutely. Make me a nature check or a survival check, either.
26.
There are definitely tracks that go through here. You can see that there are kind of a number of small humanoid tracks, smaller, more kind of reptilian tracks that seem to be much faded, but kind of border the kind of liminal space between the kind of edge of the path and into the grass. And then some larger humanoid tracks that go into the kind of cave entrance, which is only about 10 feet wide, but it opens up. You can see to a cavern on the inside that's dimly lit.
Okay. And about how recent is the most recent activity from what I can tell?
Very.
Okay.
Very recent.
I will relay that to the group.
Excellent. All right. How do you want to proceed?
So she said that she's not going any farther. Like she's like, I got you here. I'm out.
Yes. Well, that she would wait here to escort you back out of the wood. Yeah.
Did she tell us where we need to go next? Because she said like she doesn't go any further, but like presumably she might also know where we need to go. She's just not interested in coming with us.
She tells you that the order that you were given was to look for someone who stole something.
Okay.
And also impressed upon you that the time was short.
Okay.
Any more detail on that, or will we just know when we see them / it?
She does not relay that to you, only to Lady Fanlin.
Okay.
Not that she doesn't trust you, but she doesn't know you. She don't know you.
She's like, hey, lady with amnesia, here's some important information that I'm not going to tell your friend.
I don't know you. That's my purse.
Oh no.
All right. What are you guys up to? Are you heading into the maw? Are you gonna do some scouting around? What do you make of everything that you saw, Fletcher?
Well, from what you told me, the stuff was recent and went into the cave, right?
This is a true story. Yes, sir.
That's what I'm sharing. Whatever was here, it's in the cave.
Okay.
And what is our like collective knowledge of what that thing is?
Of what thing is?
The thing that's in the cave.
You're not sure.
Yeah. Jerry's like, let's go. About time. Clock's ticking, whatever a clock is.
I mean, she basically says that she's led you here before, so you know that you've been here now, and that she kind of entrusts you with the information. Look for someone who stole something.
Okay.
Now, does it
And
look
I
like
will
our go
relay
ahead.
that to everybody. That's
Okay.
the direction that we've been given.
Does it look like we're going in here solo or with our drakes?
I mean, that's up to you.
Will they fit?
Yeah, that's the question.
I don't know. Will they?
I mean, it would fit the 10-foot opening.
All right. Well, then it's up to you. Do they come in? Do they not come in?
This is how
I
we
mean,
get all of
Pierce
our
will-
drakes stuck in a cavern.
I know, right?
Or how we get stuck behind them because we then can't get out of the cavern. Like a terrible dragon traffic jam.
Pierce
Okay.
would go in with me.
Okay.
Well, your dragon is like super tiny too, isn't he?
Well, I mean, he's huge compared to me.
Well, yes, but like compared to our other dragons, it's very tiny.
I mean, he's like medium sized, medium large, somewhere in there.
Is there some sort of like nature-y check somebody could do and like look at this particular situation and see, like, does this seem like this is a cave entrance that sort of like opens up into like a cathedral ceiling-y type cavern, or does this look like it goes underground, or does this look like it's a super narrow tunnel?
I mean, I can walk
Somebody-
in there and see what it looks like and tell you.
If only we had someone who had a special ability that gave them advantage to know things about certain types of landscapes.
Oh fuck, is that me?
FYI to everybody viewing. Well, time is short as we are preparing for these, and I pulled the old, well, if you don't have time, you could just pay me to make you a character. And Lady Christie was like, you got it, dude. Check that one out too. And so I feel bad when I do that, but you
No,
would
that's
also
fine.
know things.
What
What
even does that?
What? That is your familiarity with different landscapes. I believe mountains is one of them. I can bring it up on D&D Beyond, but you could essentially roll a nature check to at advantage.
You're particularly familiar with one type of natural environment and adept to traveling and surviving in such regions.
Yeah. So you could make a history check about it. You could make a nature check about it.
Because it says enter whiz checks related to it.
So yeah, isn't history?
History,
Wisdom?
yeah. No, my int is just garbage, so that's unfortunate.
Oh yeah. What's up to you, pal?
Okay, well, we'll try that.
Okie dokie.
Bonus is doubled for proficient skills when you make an enter whiz check related to it. All right.
Yeah, interwiz. So
We're gonna try. We're gonna try nature. I'm not very good at it, but we're gonna try.
that's all right.
We're gonna see what happens. But then my proficiency is doubled, so
Yeah. Yeah.
16.
Hey, that's not too bad. Yeah.
Not great, but not too bad.
It's not great, but it's not terrible. So yeah, you know that generally these kind of natural limestone caverns are adorned with a lot of kind of stalactites and stalagmites, as well as like flowstone. But in general, the ceilings in most areas are about 15 feet. Comics 101 says, "Oh, enjoy your cake, Dave." Yeah, my brother said that there would be cake for his 24-hour stream, and he made a cake. and then people have accused him of not being able to share said cake.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, "Oh, I'll just eat the whole thing then." So
Where's my cake?
that's what I'm saying.
That's right.
So yeah, ceilings generally about 15 feet high. Passageways, tunnels can be kind of 10 feet. Mostly the surfaces are kind of flat, kind of less ridged than some other kind of stone caverns. There's a lot. It's usually damp, so there's a lot of kind of moss and algae and fungi that grow on the walls and the floors. And then it's usually pretty dark unless it's inhabited in particular.
Okay. Well, I'll walk up and I'll like look at the rock and then I'll like suss that out and explain to everybody like how tall I think the ceilings are in the cavern.
Perfect.
That's
Do
a
you
thing I can
go?
do,
Do you
apparently.
go in the entrance?
I don't think I go into the entrance and like entering the maw so much as I like walk up to the entrance and kind of
Echo.
look in to see what I can see.
Okay, fair.
But I'm not just like charging in there.
Sure. All right. So how do you guys want to proceed?
We're
I'm
taking
going to
our break.
I'm going to go in there.
Okay.
Before we go in there, I'm going to cast Detect Magic to see if I sense any magical issues.
Look at the big
That's fair.
brain on Nate.
Are we bringing our Drake?
I feel like that'd be problematic, but I'm not.
I am going to not bring my Drake in, but I also do not trust this elven person, lady, who's just going to be like, I'm not going in with you to watch my Drake, so I'm going to unsummon my Drake.
All right.
Poof him.
Poof. All right. So yes, Nate, you very strongly feel that deep within the cold limestone facade, that these caverns hold a deep magic.
Is it within 30 feet of me?
It is not within 30 feet of you.
That's what I assumed, because that's all I can sense.
But you got a feeling. Mm-hmm.
I guess since we're being cautious here, I'm going to expend a spell slot to use Primeval Awareness.
Nice.
So I sense whether or not there are any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fey, fiends, or undead within a mile of me.
Yes, there are.
It does not reveal the location or number. But I know that they're
here.
I think you know which one.
Can you run through the list again?
Yes. Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fey, fiends, or undead. Or undead, I should say, because I think I would know if,
Dragons.
That tracks.
It's on that list.
Is it just our dragons?
Well, 4, because he unsummoned his, but no. There's dragon. Your Dragondar goes off.
Okay.
Boop.
Perhaps unsurprisingly, based on the name, there's dragons around.
No.
Hey, you know what? You didn't even know how tall the ceiling was, so let's
I did too. I just didn't know I knew, okay?
Guys, quit fighting.
You're tearing this family apart.
We're not a family.
Whoa.
You just dropped a bomb on me.
Whoa,
Right.
did I?
All right, Dad.
You're not my real dad.
A lot
Okay.
of disappointed dad energy.
So you guys head into the maw.
Disappointed in all of you. Except Fletcher, he's doing a really good job. Fletcher, you're my favorite.
We should take a moment to say Fletcher did
Thanks.
a real good job.
Really nice.
Good job, Fletcher.
Mhm.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Sure.
So the cave's entrance is only about 10 feet wide, but it quickly opens into a 20-foot diameter cavern. The ceiling's about 20 feet high, and it's dotted with stalactites. There's bas-relief carvings on the walls that depict what looks like winged beast, but they've been vandalized and covered over with tar and other muck. In the southwest corner sits a small wooden box.
What's in the box?
Are you bounding over to check it out?
It's in the box.
Actually, my first question is, how dark is it in the cave?
Dark.
I
Be
have
dark.
dark vision.
It's
I
dark
don't.
enough that you would need dark vision to see. It's pitch black in here.
I
Excellent.
will,
All right.
I will light a
So-
torch.
All right.
Oh,
One-
you lit a torch? That's
One
fine.
torch lit.
I still have detect magic on for 10 minutes. I'm going to
Okay.
move within 30 feet of the box. Is it magical?
It's not.
Okay,
It's also not a magic torch. So,
good to know.
taking a look at the murals on the walls, what types of dragons have been defaced? Like, are they chromatic dragons? Are they metallic dragons? Are they?
You can't.
Gem
They've literally been so defaced that you can't really tell anymore.
Mm.
Just that it appears that they were drakes or
Sure.
dragons. Yeah,
They all say El Barto on them.
yeah, absolutely. Was here. Who is headed over to the the small wooden box?
I'm 30 feet away. Does the box have a lid?
Yeah, it's just like a simple wooden box.
All right.
Does anybody have any like good old yield being good at checking for traps skill?
I mean, I
Box
can
seems like it
investigate.
could possibly be trapped.
I do have fine traps, yes.
Nice.
That's it, instantaneous.
Just happens.
It's a great thing about a magic spell.
Does
There's a
it?
little
Is
effort
it?
on your part.
Yeah, it is a action one, I think, right?
I believe so.
hmm
Oh. You
My
tell
audio
me.
cut out, and I thought that like you were just asking Colin if the box was trapped, and I was like, what? No, that's not how that works.
Ta-da!
And that's easy, and it's not trapped.
We're all telling the story here. Is the box trapped?
Is the box trap gone?
I don't know. No.
You know- I mean, what did you roll? No?
Oh, I rolled a 14.
Oh, no, the box is not trapped.
But if we didn't check, it was gonna be like a fucking mimic, so it's worth doing.
He didn't say it wasn't a mimic. He just said it wasn't trapped.
Yeah,
I
but
feel like
the
a
mimic is
a
in.
trap.
But
A
when
mimic is,
nature.
but a mimic is like an aberration or something. So I would know.
That's true, you would know.
I would have sensed that there is one around.
Should we poke it with a stick just to make sure?
Kick it over. Slap it. Mage hand, slap it down.
So I'm sorry. Are there other? Is this it for the cavern?
No, there is a 10-foot wide tunnel that continues to the east beyond this.
Okay. I can go scout ahead if you want to deal with this mysterious box.
by yourself?
Well, I mean, not super far. Just get a glimpse at what's ahead of us. Figure we're on a bit of a time schedule here. Feel like we can multitask in the interest of not failing our entire village.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
I also feel like that's very disappointed dad energy thing. Like, you guys do this, I'm gonna go to Home Depot. Be back.
He is all about going to Home Depot.
I gotta go pick up some stuff.
They got self checkout now. I don't even have to talk to you.
I'm going to automotive. Just meet me at the checkout.
Exactly.
Go evaluate the LED score of our light bulbs.
All right. So what is everybody doing? Box, no box. Moving on with Terry Bowl. Not moving on with Terry Bowl.
Who's gonna open the box? Who's gonna open the box? It's not trapped. Somebody open it.
Open the box.
Do it.
I guess I'll open, but I didn't find any traps there.
No, the box is not trapped. Make me a dexterity saving roll.
The box wasn't trapped.
Something else is trapped.
Box isn't trapped.
Box just
Well, it is very slippery.
That is 16.
As you're walking towards the box, you recognize that there is a camouflaged tarp that is sitting in front of the box. When you pull it back, what? Hey, brother! No, he did not say it. No, he did not. He said,
it's not that.
I want to see.
It's not the mechanic. It's that they fell into the pit.
Yeah, well, you did fall into the pit, you know? I mean, you don't have big lom energy here, so no pit.
Okay.
You're able to identify that there is a pit trap there, a very well-concealed pit trap, but you're able to move out of the way and hang on to the edge of the pit.
I swear to God.
I fell into the pit almost.
This cave is the Thunderlock. I'm gonna be
It's just
and upset.
I just run the Thunderlock bar crawl every year. I just never tell you guys it's the same thing. I just wrap it up. I'm like, oh no, it's a Drakewind Falls. We're talking about draconic stuff. Don't worry. Definitely not a bar crawl here.
Oh, it's the Dunderclock far crawl.
It's the Draconolock dragon.
Yeah. The Econo Lodge discount mall.
So what's in the box?
So not only did that trigger or would have triggered whatever stupid pit trap, but there wasn't even anything cool in the box.
No, the box contains all sorts of assorted objects, mostly mundane junk, but there is a carving of a shiny-looking dragon figurine inside. Excuse me. It looks to be made of brass, or is brass coated. And you bet that this is kind of the bait for a trap. So nothing too fancy, but not without its charms. If someone were to use the old stick open method, they would be like, "Oh, there's something shiny in there," and might fall into the pit. Warrior, you are looking ahead a little bit.
Yep.
So as you kind of move in, you see that the passage to the east opens into a 40-foot wide, square-shaped cavern that's dimly lit by two torches. They're hanging from the kind of opposite sides of the walls. There's a single poorly crafted wooden round table that sits directly at the center of the cavern. There appears to be... Well, make me a perception check.
All right. What else do I see besides this shitty table? 13.
He could build a better table.
It appears that there is, in addition to handfuls of coins that are spread around the table, some rough-hewn bone dice are laying there as well. A cross in the corner. There's at least a dozen spears and javelins, and there's you can see two different exits from this area. The east continues and opens to a ledge, which you can't kind of see beyond, but it looks like it kind of ends there. Well, there's one to the north as well, which is a tunnel that looks like it's about 30 feet deep. The disgusting scent and sweat of underground dwellers hangs thickly in the air. Thickly.
Like any specific kind of underground dwellers?
Oh, why don't you make a nature check?
Chuds.
Chuds again.
14.
You smell goblinoids.
Are you jazzed about those dice though? Because now you can get a sick game of Farkle going.
Oh, bro, I love Farkle.
Everybody's dad loves Farkle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got big dad energy.
Already
so.
working my Farkle strategy in my head. Well,
Me too.
I'm gonna go over. I'll stick my head back in and say we got company, and then I'll go over to where the spears and javelins are.
Yeah.
And I will break them.
Okay. Okay, so the rest of you hear the sound of shattering and splintering wood coming from the next room.
I'll
would
run
you
in
like
to see what happens?
All right.
Terry's mad at us.
God damn it.
I am probably grumbling about them. I do this.
So as you
shit all over the place.
Except for Fletcher, I'm not grumbling about Fletcher.
As you walk into the space, God damn it. Tanis, Deej, Fletcher, you kind of pass into the space, and you see Terry cracking all of these spears over his knee, but coming from the north, or not the north, sorry, coming from the east is a pair of hobgoblins and four.
Why are you breaking our shit?
4 goblins. You're kind of running in at the same time, so I need everybody to roll me initiative.
Gotta fight some
Sweet.
gobbos.
Oh, great.
What?
Nat 20 for a 29.
Nice. On initiative 4. Dirty 20.
All right.
I have 11.
Okay.
13.
All right. And
Don't I have a thing that does something for initiative?
you do. I believe that you roll it
Love to
as
see
an
it.
advantage.
Wonderful. Let's try that again.
Nate.
That's somehow worse. So 11.
Beautiful.
All right. I got 8.
All right. So, Fletcher, man, that's quick. Okay. So, the hobgoblins will be going at 19, and the
What?
goblins will be going at 12. Thank you, Tanis. Sweet, sweet man. He's such a big help. Oh, Nate, so swell. Okay, here we go. Fletcher, you are up first, my friend.
All right. Much like shepherding dogs,
Yeah.
I have worked with Pierce on whistle command, so I give the whistle that's like, pay attention, shit's going down. And I am going to knock an arrow.
Gotcha.
And shoot it into the first hobgoblin.
Okay.
29 should hit.
Oh yeah, just barely.
Just barely.
Yeah,
Are
man.
these guys wearing armor?
Yeah, really, really wicked armor.
They're wearing all the
They're
armor.
mad because Terry broke all their spears.
It's going to do 13 magical
Poke
arrow
someone's eye out
damage.
with this.
All right, you take the first one out.
And okay. And then I'm going to knock a second arrow and shoot at the second hobgoblin.
Gotcha.
23 to hit.
Yep. Oof. Close. Real
for 12 points of damage.
Yeah, drop that one.
Woo.
Fletcher. Quick like a bunny. Big dad energy.
It's absolutely
Give me
true.
the Farkle.
And there are a bunch of goblins around those, right?
Yeah, there's four more goblins as well.
Okay. Were they within 5 feet of the two hobgoblins?
They were not.
Okay, then never mind.
No, they were trailing behind. They were basically kind of following the hobgoblins' orders, essentially. So.
Okay. Then Pierce and I will back up a little bit and end my turn.
Nice. Hey, Mom, whoever's mom that is. Thanks, Mom. And
Thanks,
really,
Mom.
can't we all say
Aw.
thanks, Mom?
Yeah, thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah,
Mom's the best.
Mom is the best. Oh man, thanks, Mom. All right.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. Terry, you're up.
Oh, sure. Yeah, Terry is going to just look around enough to get Fletcher behind him, and he'll move close enough to the goblins so they can hear him say, "Fell for it, idiots," and then he will use his breath weapon on them. So he exhales a 15-foot cone of radiant light at these goblins, and they need to make a strength saving throw of 14.
Woo! Wowie, wow, wow. Okay.
Ooh, duh, wowie.
Oh, hit it, baby! Hit my
They do it.
music. You know they did.
All right. They take
Nat 20.
all right, so they only take half of so they take 10 radiant damage. Half of 20.
All right. Well, that will be very close to taking them down, I believe.
Okay.
So as a reaction, Pierce is going to use Infused Strike
Okay.
to add 1d6 poison damage.
Nice.
Very cool.
Nice.
That will drop the rest of the goblins. And as the last goblin drops, Lady Fandlin, you drop to a knee, and as the room around you fades away, you find yourself back in the room with Zaragos at the Helm and Cloak, and you hear him speaking to you. A month ago, a party like yours stumbled upon a tomb loaded with treasure. One of the things they found was a broken top piece of a staff that looked like a monster's claw. They had no idea what it was, thinking only that it was some antique jewelry because of its design and quality. They thought that it could probably still fetch a good price, but I recognized it. It was part of an artifact called Tiamat's Claw, a potent staff once wielded by Nulara the Black Talon, once the most powerful member of the Cult of the Dragon. And so I bought it from them without revealing to them its true nature. He kind of smiled and looks pretty smug, and then says, well, I kept this information to myself. I was foolish enough to write about it in my journal. To my dismay, Oliman, my apprentice and wizard growing in his power, read my journal and discovered the truth about the staff piece. And while I was out, he stole the piece and ran away. After divining the item's general location and direction, he was already well beyond the city limits and was headed south. And everything kind of focuses in, and he kind of puts his hands out on the table, and kind of looks at the five of you. Well, not the five of you, but the five of you, and says, "I knew where Oliman was headed. I've written about the Dragon's Maw. It's located deep within the Cloak Wood and once was used by the Cult of the Dragon. I wrote that if the rumors are true, the other half of Tiamat's Claw could possibly be found there. I've hired Zandy here to guide you through the Cloak Wood and to the Dragon's Maw. Something else that you should know, as I've once been an adventurer myself and have ventured into the Dragon's Maw. The kobolds that live there operate a drawbridge deep within the cavern complex. If this is raised, you will not be able to progress. However, I remember in my notes of a secret passage somewhere in a room full of statues. Just something to keep in mind should you find yourself unable to proceed. And here we get to the method of payment. For I know that the wardens do not take lightly the errands outside of the falls. 10,000 gold pieces for retrieving the stolen staff piece. And we come back, and you are kind of in the similar fashion. You find your kind of nails kind of gripping the floor, digging into the moss that's strewn about this larger cavern, as your compatriots kind of rush to gather around you.
Right.
Also, boom! Kai Plus and Mom bringing us over the 10,000 level.
Whoa!
Damn.
Thank you,
Ooh,
thank you,
nice.
thank you.
Butts, thank you.
Big ol' thanks to everybody. Man, there's nothing better than that moment that we cross our team goal. It feels so good. So
It's wild. It's amazing.
thank you to everybody for watching. Thanks to everybody who's
Cap.
donating. Let's keep pouring it on, man. I mean,
Rolling it.
we're just getting to the point where kids can get vaccinated, and it's been a lot. There's like 20 plus admits for kids into Children's and Gillette's every day in Minneapolis, St. Paul. So let's keep it going. Thank you so much. All right, okay, I'm in it. Back. Woo.
Amazing.
So good. Oh, also, hey, Greg reached his goal. Christy's reached her goal now.
Wow, nice.
Cassandra reached her goal. We are
Amazing.
Man, Ben has reached his goal. Everybody else
Bet.
just like killing it on our way, baby. In fact, I haven't refreshed because this still says 9,154. So I'm guessing we've probably reached a couple more goals here. But man, this is amazing. And I think it just popped up again. Holy crap. Thank you guys so much.
Yep.
This is amazing. Dave reached his goal.
We're officially at $10,200.10.
Amazing.
That is so cool.
So good. So good. Man. And Nate, Joel, Matthew, all within $100 reaching goals. So if you're able to donate to everybody who's putting the time in for these games, playing their hearts out, thank you so much. So you find yourself back in the maw, in this kind of guard room. Terry has broken up the majority of the spears. There's not kind of much left in that space. But as I mentioned when you were looking around earlier, Terry, that there is basically the kind of east opens up to a ledge that you can see now, overlooks a great chasm. Well, the tunnel to the north, you can see ends in a makeshift wooden barricade. Yeah.
I think that once Bill, are you all right? To the Lady Vanlin.
I'm okay.
You're okay? All
Yeah.
right.
I mean, I'll tell everybody what went down in that vision.
All right. It's good to know. Terry will go kind of take a look over the chasm to see kind of if you can get a lay of the land that might be further down the cavern, or what even is out there, because that's where everybody came from, right?
Yeah, they came from that general direction.
He'll sort of cagey go take a look out there. He'll grab the dice on his way.
Okay. Yeah. So, are you making kind of that clandestine, or are you just kind of like walking across and just like snatch them up?
No, he absolutely takes the dice blatantly and
Nice.
flagrantly. And then he will sort of be stealthy just in case there's anyone else around the corner. Since a bunch of dudes just came out of there. So.
Yeah. So yeah, as you stand on the ledge of the chasm, you look out and you see a gap that's about 40 feet long and 30 feet wide. The ceiling is kind of choked with stalactites and is kind of expanded up to be almost 30 feet high here. The nearby walls all appear to be smeared with oil and grease. Across the gap, you can see a raised, extending wooden drawbridge that's flanked by an iron brazier that are lit and shaped like dragons. You can see down at the bottom of the raised bridge are 4 arrow slits, and behind those arrow slits, you see hobgoblins armed with cocked crossbows.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
Too many goblins in this cavern.
So they're it's 30 feet away. Now, do I get the sense that if the drawbridge was down, it would lead to this ledge?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. He'll just back his way back and around. Is there anything else around on that ledge?
No.
Just greasy walls. All right.
Greasy walls.
He'll relay what he saw, especially to Lady Fanlin. The drawbridge is up.
Okay.
We want to keep an eye out for some statues.
Man, this cave reminds me of my favorite band, Favored Enemy. And I go over and retrieve my arrows, ready to kill more goblins.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
By the way, you can check out Favorite Enemy tomorrow at 12 o'clock, right here on this very channel. Shameless plug.
It's the only kind of plug, frankly, other than hair plugs.
I think that it won't be on this very channel. I think it will be on the very twitch.tv/HeelTurn radio channel, because there will be other games happening at this time on this channel. But
they'll also be great.
They will also be
They
great.
will be great.
It's all great.
They will be the best. I wonder, I haven't checked Dave's stream, but I kind of wonder if that was Cordona and Myers that came on that made that big donation.
Oh.
Anything's possible. What did it say?
It says Kai Plus, but I don't know who Kai Plus is.
It says in honor of Dave Wheeler, Robo, Cincy Nerd. So I don't know.
Yeah. Nice. Those are a lot of the folks that have been on. But yeah, I love that John Ta's just sitting in the background of his thing. Anyway, so how do you guys want to proceed? There's the barricade, and then there's the chasm.
So I would go to the barricade. Does it look pretty sturdy, or does it look kind of ramshackle and I could knock it over?
It's mostly kind of wooden crates, planks, tree logs. There's some large rocks that have kind of been stacked kind of willy-nilly on top of each other here. It's pretty makeshift in general. If you want to make an investigation check, I can tell you a little bit more.
That's a 12.
Well, lucky for you, this is not super sneaky. you feel like this is probably the work of goblins. This is not very well engineered by any stretch of the imagination. Um, you think that you could probably take some time and kind of dismantle it enough for pretty much everybody, all of the humanoids in your party to make it through.
All right, I'll work at that.
Okay, so
Well,
oops, sorry.
while he does that, because Terry told us about the drawbridge and the little arrow slots, right?
Mm.
So Fletcher's going to make his way over there
Mm-hmm.
and see if he can hit some of the goblins through the arrow slit.
Okay. All right, you can make me ranged attacks at disadvantage.
29 at disadvantage.
Jeez.
What?
Nice.
Yeah.
The first one was a 30.
Nice.
All right. Yeah. That hits.
And it's going to do 13 points of damage.
All right.
And I'm going to use Bursting Arrow.
Okay.
So it's going to explode,
All right.
and all other creatures within 10 feet of it are going to take 2d6 force damage each.
Oof. Okay.
Which will be 5.
Okay. Duly noted.
Dang.
You see from the other side of the drawbridge that flaming bolts head towards you. They're going to miss you. But one of them is going to hit the wall and light the oil on fire. That fire is going to wick out and essentially push you back from the edge of the chasm as it burns with a alchemical agent.
Okay.
Ooh.
Solid strategy. You got to applaud them on that.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Can I rattle off a second shot?
You're going to have a harder time because you're going to be firing through the fire, but you could try.
All right.
I would assume, I don't know, maybe double disadvantage? Roll 3 dice?
Double disadvantage.
Yeah, this is happening right now.
You could always, well, whatever.
So I rolled 3 times. The lowest score was an 18.
Okay. That will not make it through the arrow slit.
All right.
What's everybody
Well.
else doing? Nate, roll me 3d10. Let's see how long it takes to dismantle this carefully. If anybody else wants to roll, we can subtract one of those d10.
I'll help.
Okay, roll 2d10 then. Oh, and Deej, roll 1d10.
I'm not very strong.
7.
All right, so it's going to take you about 7 minutes for the three of you to kind of carefully dismantle this. There's a couple of kind of very poorly placed pieces of this that almost fall, but Terry and Deej do their best to help out. As you kind of look through into this next space, there are more of the bas-relief carvings of various draconic beings on the walls that have also been savagely defaced. There's the kind of broken remains of an oak table and chairs that lie at the center of the floor. You can see that some of the things seem to have been used in the barricade itself that look like they used to be furniture in here. The further you go in, kneeling in the far corner is a strange cloaked figure. His back is towards you, and he appears to be chanting a mantra.
Mantra or dirty spell?
That's for him to know and you to find out, apparently.
Can we hear what he's saying?
What languages do you speak?
So many. Where are they? Celestial, Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, Primordial, and Undercommon.
You can't see. You can't tell what he's saying.
I speak Celestial, Draconic, Dwarvish, Elvish, Sylvan.
You can. You hear him essentially chanting names of the undying dragons, the kind of old
that's
cult names.
Probably not.
Oh,
Great.
so I'm getting like strong cultist vibes.
You are getting strong cult. Well, I mean, it's a dude in a
cloak.
It's a figure in a
you know,
cloak.
I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, and chanting. I mean, just confirming here. I don't want to.
Yep,
make
absolutely.
assumptions.
Absolutely.
Great. I am going to shoot an arrow through his Achilles tendon.
All right.
Dang.
That's oddly specific. So please
I don't want him running.
make it at
That's
disadvantage.
a very important tendon to getting away.
Yeah.
If your goal is stopping him, boom, mission accomplished.
He's lucky because one of those was a natural 20, but he's unlucky because it's still a 22.
All right. You see your
Sorry, they are unlucky.
arrow pass through their ankle, and they turn to face you, revealing a hollow cowl, and you hear it scream "infidels" in Draconic. And the spirit within explodes outward with a thundering wave of force, tearing the robe to shreds and causing broken pieces of wood to fly in each direction. I need everyone that's in the room to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
Good at these.
Pretty 20.
24.
16.
17.
All right. Everybody saved, so you're going to take 6 bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
Do I hear this happening?
The explosion? No.
The hunting spirit, hunting undead scream.
This is probably it's 40 feet across the room, and probably about 10 feet in from you, and then another 30 feet. So you'll hear it when it happens, but you won't hear. You probably won't hear infidels. But yeah, there's a rumble in the jungle.
I guess I'm just wondering, do I hear enough that I would feel compelled to stop watching the drawbridge and head over to make sure they're covered?
Yeah, I think so. Double time.
All
right. So yeah, you kind of burst in over there in time to see them kind of picking themselves up. And Fletcher, you see that there's kind of an area beyond where a section of the passage's west wall has collapsed, and there's a 5-foot high tunnel continuing to head west. There's a rank smell coming from the tunnel, kind of down to the west, and the main passage from here kind of continues to the north.
Okay. I'm going to move up and just start helping people up and
Okay.
kind of checking to see if anybody needs aid.
All right.
All right. Thanks for the assist, champ.
So since we know the drawbridge is up, our next goal is finding this mysterious statue room.
Right.
It is.
Were there statues in here, or you said it was like furniture, shitty furniture and stuff, right?
Yeah, mostly just there's a round table, the chairs, and then pieces of furniture that looked like they were kind of pushed up to create that barricade. that looked kind of in line with everything that was in the room.
Terry's just like, these joins are shoddy. Guy needs a miter saw.
Terrible work. Just, I mean, you do what you can with what you got, but you can do better than this.
It's a real thing my dad has said.
That's amazing.
Also, every time we play Farkle, every single time he rolls in Farkle, he screams, "Roll them bones." Every time. It's my favorite thing ever.
I like it.
That is beautiful.
I like it. I like your dad.
Yeah. He also called me today and told me he was excited because he had a chimney changa.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah, a chimney changa.
Is that a mispronunciation or is that an as seen on TV product?
No, that's just how he says chimney changa.
Oh, okay. Just like just drop your chimney changa in the fireplace and light it on fire.
How do I clean this fireplace?
Yeah.
Is your fireplace all backed up? Why don't you try a chimney changa? Just put it in your fireplace, let it on fire, and watch it clear your pipes right out.
It legit feels like I could go to Menards and get the chimney. Like, I'm not even gonna lie.
I'll give you $1 if you go to Menards and ask them if they clean out your flue.
And then they're gonna be like, yes. They'd be like, which scent do you want?
Do you want the
Taco
grande?
John's,
Do you want
potato burrito?
original forest clean or chimichurri?
Fire sauce.
Good old-
Taco Bell. Oh man, nobody steal that business idea.
Well, somebody already has the Twitter handle.
Chimney changa?
No.
Is it Christy's dad?
I don't think so.
That'd be amazing.
Unless your dad's name is Austin and he looks younger than you.
My dad can't figure out Twitter. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, I bet.
it's pretty advanced if you think chimney changa is how you say that. Yeah.
Fair.
Do we want to check out this little passageway over here just to see if it meets up?
The stinky one?
Yes.
I guess it's worth a shot.
Mm-hmm. Is this you volunteering?
It is now.
Great. You need a boost? Champ?
No, I think I'm good.
I do like that you've called it 2 members of the party's champ.
They're all champ to me.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta champ 'em all. Where are you? All right. So yeah, you guys can continue to kind of check out beyond the collapsed wall. Make me an investigation check or a survival check. You can check out the
chimney changa made me cry.
Chimney changa.
They brought a tear to my eye, I'm not gonna lie.
All right. That's a 14 survival.
14 survival. So it looks like this is actually collapsed by something that had burrowed up into the passage. There's some strange dotted kind of wagon wheel like tracks that head in and out of the burrow. You also kind of track that that smell, that kind of really rank smell with your super sniffer, and it seems to be coming from traces of an oily substance that coats the kind of surfaces throughout this area, and it's stronger within the kind of burrowed area kind of vicinity.
Okay, and I didn't go to where the drawbridge should be, so I don't know that was oily, so I can't compare those. So does this tunnel kind of keep on going? Does it end?
You can see that there is kind of the burrow low tunnel, and then there's also an additional tunnel that like continues on to the north.
Oh, okay. So the burrow one just ends at that spot.
No, I mean it. There's like a tunnel that has been burrowed up into the main tunnel. Does that make sense? So like the tunnel that we're going on continues on to the north, but there's kind of a burrow tunnel down to the west, which there's a very putrid smell coming from, and that's where the kind of oily-esque substance looks to be emanating from as well.
Okay.
It's a multi-sensory experience.
I'll relay that delightful smell to everyone.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, if I had to smell it, I feel like you should too.
Oh, is that what you wiped on my breastplate? It's gross. Why would you do that?
That wasn't on purpose. I'm sorry.
I don't.
All right. How are you guys going to proceed? Are you going to check out the burrow, or are you going to keep going on the main tunnel? What are you feeling?
Do we feel like we could look at this burrow and figure out what made it?
You could all make me nature checks, and we could see.
Oh, we determined I'm really shitty at those. So this is great.
Sorry.
I got an 8.
I got a 22.
I got a natural 1, so I'm just really like that smell is really doing something to me.
So Terry, the fatherly instinct in you to find out everything, you look at what has been smeared on your chest plate, and you kind of like.
No, I don't do that.
Who had the 20 plus?
I did.
Fletcher, you've experienced these before. You think that this is the kind of after film of a giant scorpion devouring prey.
Hey guys, I think this is the after film of when a giant scorpion devours prey.
After film. Okay, interesting.
I don't feel like a giant scorpion is anything I need.
No.
Nope.
Well,
unsubscribe.
You're free. You're free to continue on.
Yeah, let's keep moving away.
Oh, good. A nature check. I suck at those. I hate this and everything about it. Let's keep moving.
Why did I become a ranger?
Oh.
I honestly probably don't remember. So
the spores, they've drained my passion for this work.
God. It all started in high school.
God damn it. Okay, so as you continue on, you move into a room where faded mosaic tiles depicting undead dragons still plaster sections of the wall. The area is musty. Most of these kind of tiles have fallen and lie smashed on the floor. There's 3 4-foot-high alcoves containing a stone statue of a dragon lying in each along the main wall. All 3 statues have been vandalized and defaced, and the one in the middle is missing its head. You see no other exits.
All right. Well, I guess time to investigate for that secret exit.
All right. Everybody make me, or anybody who's looking can make me an investigate check.
Oh, that is dirty 20.
19.
12.
All right. Everybody that hits 20 or above. Lady, are you a part of that? No?
I got 12.
All right. So, Tanis, as you are looking around, you see that the broken statue has a square-shaped hole within its neck, and there's the faint outline around the middle alcove that is not present in the other 2.
All right. So is there something square-shaped I can find to put in that hole?
I don't know. Why don't you look around?
Stick your round peg in that square hole. See what happens.
I don't. That's not going to work out for anybody. That's a 19. And I'll point that out to everybody else too.
About the round
Round peg?
thing. I know that. I taught you that.
Still technically a teenager. That's kind of
Yeah, that's
Tanis,
God damn
God damn it. You don't see any other kind of pieces around here, but you can certainly try to come up with something.
it. Look, what does the did anyone take that statuette thing from the box?
I didn't.
Oh, the dragon figurine?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like one of us probably would have.
I
That
assume
was like the
Deej
only
took
thing
it.
remotely valuable in that box, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the rest of it was just sort of junk.
Yeah, I was just wondering what the base looks like.
Oh. Like it's a key. Of
You can
some
make me a
sort?
history
Might
check.
be.
Oh god.
Sure.
Do it.
Nope.
Can I make one too, since I was looking in that box and all that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I rolled a natural 1 that makes it a 2. I wasn't even there. I was when they did that, so I wouldn't remember.
5.
Oh no.
Do we not have it?
I didn't pick it up.
Like,
Do you not?
I
Can you not physically look at it?
I assume Deej took it, so I didn't.
I
even
just
think
gave
about
it a little peek and then I walked away.
okay.
It did not
Then-
look valuable, but
Looked
nobody
really
can
sweet.
seem to remember what it looked like.
It
So
was so unvaluable we don't even remember.
I don't even know that I looked at it.
Dollar General ass
We
figurine.
were all still like just really worried about falling in the pit.
Yeah.
Singularly focused
I guess I'm
on
gonna
not dying.
I'm gonna take my short sword and try to put it in that square hole.
Oh, so you're doing the round peg thing now?
My literal short sword.
that's beautiful.
How
What are
dare
you doing? You just sticking it in and seeing what happens?
I'm gonna look away.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick it in there and try to like turn it to see if it'll do anything.
I've become like a
I don't
third
know.
grader again. Like,
Seriously.
uncontrollably over here.
Today you become a man.
So yeah, Tanis, it takes a while for it to kind of click into place, but as you kind of rotate your short sword through to 90 degrees, you hear a loud click followed by a grating sound, and soon thereafter, the whole alcove from the center dragon slowly pivots inward, revealing a secret passage.
Ah,
Did it,
I did it.
Tanis?
We were right to make fun of you.
Judging from the layers of dust on all the surfaces and the thicknesses of the cobwebs that basically kind of choke it out, you can use your keen adventuring skills to deduce that this has not been used for ages. The air is stale and smells faintly of rot. And
Colin
there's...
just can't even handle this entire conversation.
What's that?
I'm sorry. You said choke it out, and then it just started, and I just couldn't stop. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'll compose myself. Oh,
This is why we can't say do it for the kids anymore, Joel. I'm just telling you right now. It wasn't copyrighted. They just got sick of us making terrible, terrible jokes.
But they're still taking that money.
That's a true story. There is a lever in the wall nearby.
On the other side of the passage.
Yes.
All right. Well, should we go through?
I don't know.
Should we go through the secret passage that we've been made aware leads to exactly where we need to be?
Well, yeah. Let's go.
Okay.
Seems like a plan.
Do we have any other questions about this, or? Gonna go poop in a group? Go down this hole?
I'm just gonna start walking.
All right.
Onward.
Sometimes you got to encourage him. Sometimes you got to badger him. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. So as you, as you walk through here, you enter into a library. The library is filled with many leather-bound books. Smells faintly of rich mahogany. And Lady Famblin, when you walk into this space, you are drawn back into your conversation with Zaragos, and you hear him saying, "The place that you need to look for while you explore the Dragon's Maw is a cavernous crypt full of bones. Not human bones, but dragon bones. The staff of Tiamat's claw is said to be a dragon's femur that was hidden in this place. It would be impossible to find, but if the top piece of the artifact is within range, the two pieces will glow. But the location of this bone crypt is well hidden. There should be a clue somewhere of its secret entrance." And he turns to Zandy, and kind of she comes back into focus, and he says to her, "All you have to do is lead them to the entrance of the cave. Which reminds me, here's the gold for the supplies." And he tosses kind of a small leather pouch to Zandy. "Make sure to bring all the food and supplies necessary." And she kind of gives him a puzzled look and says, "You don't need me anymore." He says, "No. Get some rest. I need you back here by dawn tomorrow." And she kind of nods and then kind of heads out from the helm and cloak. And then he pulls out a leather satchel from under his seat and places it on top of the table and says, "I have something for each of you." And he opens the satchel and pulls out several stoppered vials. And he says, "These are magical potions that you must drink just before you enter the bone crypt. This is important. Let me repeat so that you may not forget. Each of you must drink this before proceeding into the crypt. I know you have questions. Allow me to explain." And you're pulled back into reality with everyone around you. In this instance, you aren't kind of gripped in the same way that you were previously, but you feel kind of more of this rushing back to you is starting to fill in the kind of pieces of your memory that are missing.
Okay. So do I have these potions with me?
You do not.
Okay.
No.
I didn't know we need them.
Yes, or that you were given them by Zaragos previously.
Where the fuck did I put them?
I don't know. From the library, you can see that there are kind of passages that lead out in kind of various directions, but none look kind of particularly more dynamic than the others. There is one to the kind of east, one to the west, and one to the north at this point. What is everybody doing, feeling?
So as everyone went through the passage, I'm going to pull the lever, which I assume will close the passage.
Yes, it does. The door closes and another door opens to the south within the library itself. And you can see that there are 2 rows of relief-carved limestone columns marching the length of a long room that lies beyond this passageway. The carvings depict entwining evil dragons, broken mosaic tiles, and pews litter the floor. As the far end of the room sits a stone altar, and beyond it lies a large, horrid shape of a multi-headed dragon.
Wow, so that saying about a door opening, like when one closes, another one opens. I didn't think that was so literal.
Oh yeah.
Very spot on.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic again.
Okay.
Do I find anything magical in the new room or the library we're in?
You can make me a roll. Let's see. Where is that?
After he's done with that one, I'd like to roll for chicken trap.
Chicken traps. Okay. Yeah. Taz, how you rolling there? What does that expose?
So detect magic
30 feet.
for the duration. I can sense magic within 30 feet of me. So I see faint aura around any visible object in the area that bears magic and learn its school, if any.
Okay. You don't sense anything within 30 feet of you, but you see a glowing faint outline of a door that lies on the wall directly beyond the statue at the end of the room.
All right, so I'll keep moving that way and then see if I can figure out how to open the door.
Okay.
I will say that there's a door this way as I'm walking.
Okay. Then yes, you can make an investigation check.
That is 16.
16. You aren't quite sure how to manage opening this bad boy, but you definitely know that there's probably some sort of additional lever that that needs to be sussed out. So you could have your compatriots do that, or you could continue to search for it.
All right, folks, we have another secret door over this way. Anyone think they can figure out how to open it?
Oh.
Not everybody at once.
I mean, it's not really my strong suit, if I'm being honest with you.
So we can just see that there's like a faint outline of a door, like, hey, there's a secret door here, but we can't see like if it opens in or opens out or like.
Well, and I can see it because I cast my spell, but
yeah, the rest of
that's
you
right. You got
can't
detect
see
magic
it.
up. Sorry, I forgot you would
Good.
detect magic up.
I would like to just 1 second here. I'm gonna go up to the Tiamat statue.
Okay.
And I would like to cast on the I know Tiamat on the white Tiamat head. I'd like to cast Frostbite on it.
Okay. Yeah, when you cast Frostbite on it, the secret mechanism that is hidden within this allows the secret door to swivel open to reveal a staircase leading downward.
Bazinga.
Well done.
Good job.
Thanks. Feel good about myself.
How did you even know to do that?
I mean, we're just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, you know. So it's like I got some cold magic. There's a cold head here. Let's see if those two are friends, and they are.
All right.
So I guess down we go.
Yep.
All right. You see that there's a staircase that leads down 20 feet into a wide, uneven passage that is, brace yourself, Deej, choked with thick cobwebs. It appears at a slope at a downward angle, and after a minute of walking, eventually leads you to a huge cavern with a 20-foot high stalactite-filled ceilings. Several alcoves and ledges along the walls contain piles of large bones. Carved on the central area of the cavern's floor is the image of a flame with eyes burning above what looks like a dragon's claw. On a ledge on the far wall sits a single black stone altar. Behind it stands a cloaked figure, carefully studying a strange-looking staff that it topped with a multicolored claw. You see this figure, and he addresses you and says, "I will assume that you are sent here by Zaragos to find me and recover the artifact I stole from him."
You are 80% wrong about
that. He doesn't even look up at you, and he says, "I regret that your efforts have been for naught. I've already connected the two pieces, and now I wield in my hand the power that is Tiamat's claw. Allow me to demonstrate."
Nope. And I'm going to shoot an arrow at his head.
All right.
As he does that, I'm going to throw an arrow at him and cast Conjure Barrage.
Nice.
Cool.
I like the idea that you were just going to throw an arrow at him, though.
Okay. So, at this point, everybody can roll me initiative.
Oh no.
Oh, seriously? All right. Well, I guess
18.
that's...
1.
Hey, we...
14.
Okay.
Well, that was at least a 19. So that's, I have 21 now.
All right.
Deej, what'd you get?
14 as well.
14. All right. What is your mod?
4.
1.
Okay. I rolled a 1, so I have 5. Where's our friend going?
He is going. He's going at 8.
Jerk. It's not wrong.
Yeah, he's a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so sorry, I'm trying to get the yield up. Okay, so Lady Fanlin's going first. Fletcher, Terry, Deej, jerk. Yeesh, you guys. Okay, so Lady Fandlin, you are going to go first.
Do Terry and I get our attacks first?
Yes, you can attack Jerk first, and then it will be Lady Fandlin.
All right, he needs to make a dex save for me.
Okay.
I straight up rolled a 26 to hit.
All right. Wowie, wow. Sorry, I'm just bringing up his stat block. All right. Okie dokie. Bloop. Okay, what was it to hit?
26.
Yep, that'll hit.
All right. That is 11 piercing damage.
Okay.
Because this is like just a one attack, not
Yep.
like a full turn.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
I read that for some reason. I know that you put like hyphens in, but I read Tanis is going at -5, and I was like, what kind of modifier do you have, Nate? You poor bastard.
A 1 for dexterity.
Yeah. What dex save did he get?
The dex save was it was a natural 20, so.
Oh, well, that sucks, especially since I rolled 4 for my damage on 3d8.
Oh, buddy.
He takes 2.
Nailed it.
Nated it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yes.
All right, so Lady Fandlin starts us off.
All right. You see the kind of energy crackle out from his staff, and the entire room is illuminated after you've hit him. Lady Fandlin, it is your turn.
Okay. Hold, please. D&D Beyond is being a whole thing.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Why? Why D&D Beyond? Don't be like this.
It's so very gratifying to look up at the entirely full bar.
It truthfully is.
Do you need me to go in and...
I need you to resend that to me because it says that it can't open the file. It opened it once, now it won't do it again.
Oh, weird. Okay.
It's dumb.
Booping.
So while we're waiting on that, I found out that Chimneychanga is also a mountain in Arizona.
Chimneychanga is? Wow.
Where is it?
Wow.
I'm going to Arizona in December. I will visit it.
You need to go to Chimneychanga.
If it is anywhere near where I'm going to be.
It might be worth a trek.
Amazing.
Well, that's a work conference, so I can't go too far.
There's an access issue, private land crossing.
Oh, well, that's stupid.
Yeah. It's on some like mountaineering thing.
What a bunch of horse hockey.
Seriously.
Woof. Woof.
I am going to look at that just to see. Where is...
Oh my god, D&D Beyond.
I feel like I should have had the bossa nova, music for whatever ready to go. Na, 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 na. Bum, ba, 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 ba. Bum, bum, ba, 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 ba.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
All right. Well, our good friend, Mr. Nikola Tesla, is going to use his breath weapon, I think.
Okay.
How bunched up is everybody right now?
You guys have rolled in the space itself. Sorry. The space itself is I should have said this previously. There is a huge cavern, so it's about 40 feet tall, with about 25 feet clearance. Everything above that is kind of pretty high stalactite-filled ceilings. It's about 50 feet in diameter. There's a number of kind of alcoves and ledges along the walls that contain piles of large bones. And as I mentioned, in the kind of central area on the cavern's floor, there's an image of a flame with eyes burning above what looks like a dragon's claw. And on the far wall sits a single black stone altar, and behind it stands a cloaked figure who has just addressed you and said, "Allow me to demonstrate." And then he had some stuff flung at him. So you guys have come down that staircase, which is not super wide, but you've all kind of spilled out into the center of that cavern, I would assume.
Okay. So, like, in a reasonable array in which a cone attack could work.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think Mr. Nikola Tesla is going to use his breath weapon on all of my new friends.
All right.
So, go ahead and make your save, guys.
What? Oh, you piece of shit. He it's definitely as the breath weapon is firing up, it's like, you piece of shit. That's a good roll.
Least favorite.
You were always. I've only met. I don't even know you that well. That's probably why.
15.
Sorry, this is a dex save or strength.
DC 18. Dex save DC 18.
26.
You made it.
18.
I rolled an 18.
12.
Uh-oh. Well, you're either going to take this full D10 or D6 times 10 damage or half of it. Oh no.
I don't know if that's a good oh no for us or a bad oh no for you.
It's probably not a great one for
I guess that would be
anybody
the same thing.
involved. Hold on, let me math.
That's not a good sign.
So 37 damage if you did not make that death save, half if you did, or dex save half if you did.
All right. Ouch.
Okay. So next up is the one and only Fletcher Coney.
I mean, I had a plan, but now I'm seriously considering shooting an arrow into my teammate.
Well, that's not very nice.
Well, neither is nuking us all.
I mean, I just
Holy
feel like
cow.
you guys need to learn the power of the lightning.
I've ridden the lightning.
have you though.
I literally just did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot the hooded guy.
Okay.
20 to hit.
A 20 would hit, but he is going to bat it away with a counterspell. Wait,
Does
are you making a melee attack? Are you making a ranged attack? You're firing an arrow at him?
Yeah.
A non-magical arrow?
It is magical for the purposes of hitting something that needs to be hit by a magical item, but otherwise, no.
Okay. All right. Yes, that will hit.
That is going to do 6 points of damage.
Okay.
My dragon friend is going to infuse it with 2d6. Am I doing that right? No, 1d6 poison damage.
Okay.
Which will add another 6.
Okay.
And then I am going to tack on Ensnaring Strike.
Okay.
So Writhing Mass of Thorny Vines appears at the point of impact. Target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the magical vines until the spell ends.
Okay, he'll counterspell that then. And he'll basically like throw it off. Like incinerate it with the claw of Tiamat.
Okay. Then I'm gonna shoot him with another arrow, 28 to hit.
Okay.
And that will be for 11 points of damage. And I'm going to try to tack on Ensnaring Strike again.
Okay.
Does he counterspell on the second one?
Yes, he will counterspell the second one as well.
Okay. And then I will try to move out of the way of Christie's Drake.
Okay. All right. Next up is going to be Terry, and then Deej, and then Jerk.
And then Jerk.
Lady Fandolin already went.
Oh, I see what you did there. That was pretty good.
Ah. Good one. Good one, Janice. Nailed it.
Nailed it so hard. All right. Yeah, so Terry is going to go up to how far away am I from the first jerk?
Which one are we referring to now?
The cloaked figure.
Oh, you're about 40 feet away.
All right. And Lady Fandolin, we're not in it like melee with Lady Fandolin, right? Like I can move.
No, you are. I mean, you are very close to her, though.
All right. Well,
because you all came down in a bunchy bunch.
Sure. All right. Bonus action. I am going to cast. With the bonus action, I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike.
Okay.
Which allows me to it's concentration up to a minute. I don't provoke opportunity attacks when I move, and once before the spell ends, I can add 1d8 force damage to an attack I make.
Okay.
So I'm going to move to the cloaked figure.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack. I'm just going to I'm going to, I guess, I don't know if it's like a grapple attack. I'm trying to take the staff away from this guy.
Okay.
Like I want to grab the staff and just have it.
Okay.
So I don't know how you would like me to do that.
You can make a. We can make
like
opposed strength checks. I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Come on, good dice. I'm going to inspiration that.
Okay.
That was a better roll. So just straight strength is 19.
Oh, we tie.
Oh.
Sneaky. All right, so we'll be grappled, but you won't be able to wrest it away. But you will be grappling.
All right. Well, I have 2 attacks, so can I try to yank it again?
Sure.
All right. That's another 19. I rolled the same thing.
And I rolled a 17.
So I have it.
So yes, you have it.
Great. Yeah, so I'll I think that's actually all of my movement. So I guess I'll just be like, got your staff. And that'll be my turn.
All right. Can you make me a dexterity saving throw?
I sure can. That is cocked.
Nice.
That is a really good roll. That's 27.
All right. The staff in your hand electrifies you for 5 lightning damage.
All right. I'll take it.
All right.
I'm gonna like Haas it too. I'm gonna be like,
act real cool about it, guys.
Yeah, you know, like when like your dad like something really hurt, their face turns real red. They're just like, nope, but good.
All right, Deej, you're up.
You got a problem? Nope.
You are muted, my friend.
Muted.
So who's like super duper hurt?
I don't know, you guys?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not
in
great.
general.
Yeah, like
yeah. The lightning had an effect.
Yep.
okay. Then I want to go over to Fletcher and do a cure wounds on him.
Okay.
At level 2.
All right.
Okay. Roll. Mm. 16.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm gonna without the staff. Is this guy like he's still like only takes magical damage, right? Okay, then I'm gonna fire off an arrow at the guy with my longbow.
Okay.
A 24 to attack.
Okay.
Okay, and then let me see what that like. That is a 9 damage.
Okay.
And that would be
your turn. All right. It's Jerk's turn. And Warrior, can you make me a charisma saving throw?
Probably not, but I could try. That's actually a pretty good roll. That is 14.
All right. And
I did my charisma bonus of -1.
Nice. And Tanis, can you also make me a charisma saving throw?
Oh. No. That is a 3.
Oh.
I added my
no.
charisma bonus of a 2
Mm.
because I rolled a 1.
No.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, buddy.
So you are going to both disappear from the field of play.
Oh no.
Somebody learned something from Nate.
Well, at least you didn't heat up my breastplate.
You have been banished to a harmless demiplane for
Oh, it's a
1
harmless
minute.
one.
This isn't so
Yeah.
bad. It's like the DMV.
Yeah. Ba, 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 ba. All right. That is Jerk's turn. You will remain there for 1 minute.
Are we in the same harmless demiplane or 2 different ones?
Two harmless different demiplanes.
What? Oh, man. We could have played Farkle.
True.
They rolled them
Bad
bones.
times. All right. Tanis, it's your turn. You're in a harmless demiplane.
I'm in a glass cage of emotion. Yeah, I can't do anything. So I'm just gonna look around and see what I see.
It's well, why don't you make a perception check?
Oh, sure. I can roll 18 there. That is 26.
Yeah, as you look around you, this place is completely harmless. Lady Fandlin, it's your turn. I'm sorry.
I'm glad that tickled you so much.
I'm so happy that I got to cast Banishment on Nate for once. For how many times he's cast it on creatures, big bads, like things I thought would be a good challenge for you guys. Yes, it does.
Banishment is such a good spell when it works, but when it doesn't work, it's such a like womp womp.
It is a huge bummer when it doesn't work.
I was like,
But,
I have
when it works,
no idea how these
cool,
guys.
But it's got like a 33% success rate.
Yeah, I just had no idea how you guys built, and I was like, okay, well, people that have attacked Jerkface.
I used Charisma was my dump stat.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you guys are still bunched up, so I feel like I'm just gonna hit you with Nikola Tesla's breath weapon. So, DC 18 dex saves.
I'm in a harmless demi-plane, so
yeah, Fletcher.
Yeah,
Fletcher
you're
and Deej.
I moved behind Nikola Tesla. So Deej moving to me means we're both behind Nikola Tesla.
Did Deej move to you?
I did. I did a curing touch or whatever.
Oh, you did a touch spell. Okay. Well, then that changes things. Sorry. I didn't realize that you did a touch spell. My headphones died and I had to switch to my other headphones.
Well, your dragon also has movement, so it could simply turn its
around.
head. I'm just throwing that out there.
I wasn't going to say it.
You can do whatever you want.
No, that's true. That makes more sense this turn. That is 18, 20, 30. Oh, 40 even damage if you failed your dex save. 20 if you didn't.
Just for the record, who were you attacking with that?
I mean, whoever.
Whoever my Drake happened to be pointed at.
Just, no.
just.
I just want you guys to all fully experience the power that you yield as Drake Wardens.
Yeah, well, you're not going to get your wish because 2 of us are in a harmless demi-plane.
You'll be back though.
Mom is just disciplining you separately.
Can't believe I'm in timeout. Bullshit.
This is bullshit. Yeah.
Like I heard that.
What was the save on that one?
18.
What's the damage again on that one?
40.
40.
Again, I'm just trying to make sure I understand what's happening. Is Nikolai Tesla shooting at Deej and I,
Yes.
or at the creepy cloaked bad guy?
Oh no, definitely you.
Well, god damn it.
Yeah. Fuck.
Let's see here.
Turns out that maybe that jolt of lightning that guy shot me with sort of jogged my memory a little bit.
And you said the save is 18?
Yes.
Well, 1 shy bites.
You do still have
So 40
inspiration.
points of damage, eh?
You guys do still
40
have
points of
inspiration.
damage.
Just throwing that out there.
No, I used that earlier.
Oh.
It
Yeah, I'll give
managed
it a
to
shot
change
at
an
this,
11
actually.
into a 12.
You're trying to help though. That's good.
He's trying to help.
Interesting.
All right, Fletcher, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, now. Fletcher, since this is all happening right here, is going to drop his bow,
Mm-hmm.
pull his 2 short swords,
Mm-hmm.
and is going to deal with Lady Fandolin
The old-fashioned way.
the only way I know how. Does a 14 hit?
Does a 14 hit my armor class? No.
No. How about a 24?
That will.
Also, no.
That will be for
Hold on. You're hitting me with a short sword?
Yep. So you're going to take 9 points of damage and another 5 points of poison damage from my Drake infusing it with its power. And then a 20 to hit for 10 points of damage. And then a 15 to hit.
A 15 won't hit. The one that you hit me with a 20, I will throw up my protective wings, so then my armor class beats that.
Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and action surge. 23 to hit
23 will hit.
for 10. And then I miss on the last swing. And I am going to use my movement. I'm going to call Pierce, and we're going to hightail it back up the pathway that brought us in to try and get out of the path of the next breath attack.
All right. Sounds good. Sorry. Next up after Fletcher is Terry in a harmless demiplane. Then Deej, you are up.
All right. I'm just gonna plant my feet and hit her with some soul.
Do it.
All right.
It's 25 hit.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for the next attack. Or do damage 20.
Oh. Hold on, I have a read reaction. No, that one doesn't hit.
Okay. I got this crazy damage coming at you. 7. Whew.
Oh man!
Oh,
Look
Oh
out.
man!
Look
Yeah,
out.
take that, Lady Fandolin.
just
Hey, what's up, Matt? Hope your stream
Hey,
went
Matt.
well. We're in the final throes of it. I've thrown a bit of a curveball, and half of the party is in a harmless demiplane that they
Yeah,
have
actually-
rolled for. It is quite harmless.
And the
yeah.
other half's being burned alive by.
I did have
Oh,
something I was going to do in my harmless
Electric.
demi-plane.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Electric burns.
Go ahead, Terry.
So Terry, who is holding the staff, is going to disconnect its two disparate parts. Because it's got like the claw top thing and like the bone staff. And he'll tuck the claw part away, and then he'll just toss the staff across the room and hope it doesn't come back with him.
Okay.
Nice.
I do like the big assumption that the staff was also banished with you.
He was holding it.
I was holding it. Doesn't it take everything that you're holding?
Sure, yeah. That's why I said okay. Sounds good.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, that's like, I don't know.
So there's disparate part and datparate part. God damn it, Joel. Joel, you can have inspiration back. That's some good stuff. All right, so it's Jerk's turn. Jerk. Well, Deej, you're the only one hanging around, so yeah, hey, why not? All right. He's just gonna cast Magic Missile, I think. I cast Magic Missile.
Oh, you hit the darkness. All right.
Am I drunk? Are there any girls there? There is. I want to do them. Bring me a Mountain Dew. All right. Sorry.
Anyone just joining? Very confused.
7, 9, 12, 13, 14 damage. Force damage to you, my friend. Tanis.
Yeah, I will use Deft Explorer and get 1d8 plus 4 temporary hit points. Unfortunately, I rolled a 1 because that's what I do. So that's 5 temporary hit points.
All right. Sounds good.
Love it.
Back to the top of the pops with Lady Fandolin.
Cool. Where's everybody positioned right now?
Harmless demi-plane.
Right
Oh.
near
You're
kill
still in
zone.
harmless to my plan.
Also
Yeah, you're
harmless
still in my
demi-plane.
kill zone.
We're gonna come back to like the remnants of a Gallagher show. This is horrible.
Oh man.
You thought hitting people with trains was gross.
It certainly paints a picture. It's like a Gallagher show.
Oh man. Oof. Christy, what terribleness are you visiting upon
Terribleness am I visiting upon my
Deej?
newfound friends?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it's gonna be breath weapon again this time. It's too good. And your saves are just so bad.
How many times are you able to use that?
A shocking amount of time.
That was a good pun. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you. I thank you.
Deej, how'd that save go?
Oh yeah. 8.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm just a teenager. Wait, I'm just a teenager. Don't do this.
I trusted you.
Tell Steve I love him.
Oh.
And I'm sorry I can't bear him the children we do.
Oh.
And also tell goodbye to Michelle. It's gonna hit her the hardest. But this is your choice to make, so go with it.
Roll a wisdom save for that psychic damage.
Lady Fandlin's a Clash Tar and is immune to psychic damage.
I am.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
That's
of everything.
That's so much worse.
He's disabled. He's disabled all of our bullshit systematically.
It's a true story. Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, sad baby.
Oh, sad baby.
Sad baby, no. Fletcher.
Zipping back down the hall to attack Lady Fandolin.
Okay.
That's fair.
22 to hit for 10 points of damage.
Okay.
The 12 will miss.
Yep.
That next one will miss, but I'm going to spend my newly acquired inspiration. And just try that again, which got me a 23, which will do 9 points of damage.
All right.
And then I missed the next one. That kind of sucks. Too soon to do that. Oh, and on that last hit, I will have Pierce add the 1d6 poison damage for another 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to stay right up in your grill.
That's fair.
Okay, so Terry, you are in the harmless demiplane.
I am in the harmless demiplane. I will use tireless to give myself back some hit points.
Okay.
That's I rolled an 8. That's 11.
Okay. Fletcher, out of the corner of your eye, you notice a archer that you've seen before with pale hair glinting that picks up the corner of your eye just as it did when you were in the forest, and you see that Zandy is now perched at the mouth of the staircase coming down, and in a flash you see her moving across the room towards you, and leaps out, and just as you're about to react, you see her begin to grow in size as she tackles Lady Fandlin's Drake.
Oh no!
And becomes a silver dragon. And she is going to exhale paralyzing gas in a 30-foot cone, and I need your Drake, Lady Fanlin, to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ah.
Fail. Fail. Fail.
Nice.
Fail.
What even is my constitution?
Tannis, if you could be so kind as to add in Zandy in between Terry and Deej.
Terry was here. He would chastise you, Fletcher. We want to beat the best at the best, you know.
Is it X or Z?
Z, or it's X. Xande.
Spelled that very wrong in my
where
notes.
even is my dragon's constitution on this ridiculous sheet?
I'm not sure. I could try bringing it up. Constitution is usually pretty high for Drakes. I think yours is maybe 3 plus
Totally
3.
believe you, but okay.
Is it
we'll just go with that.
Is it the same as ours?
No,
Or
they
different?
they I don't, not for her.
Okay, I was just checking because I had it pulled up. So
Gotcha.
Ah,
Did you say
that's
now?
a 17 then.
All right. So your dragon is paralyzed for 1
Aw.
minute.
Poor
It can
Nicholas Tesla.
repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns.
I mean, he's tired. He did a lot of breath weaponing. He needs a nap.
Being a jerk. All right, Deej, it's your turn.
Am I doing death saves now?
Are you down?
Yeah.
Then yes.
Wait. 1 second.
What's our cultist
20.
friend doing? Good job.
Nice.
Nice, baby. That's 2.
love to see it.
Yeah. I think I'm feeling better.
Not dead yet.
Not dead yet.
I feel
Then
happy.
Lady Fanlin comes by, hits me in the back of the head. Oh, you're not.
What is our cultist friend doing? Our cultist friend is going to attempt to attack the silver dragon. And he's gonna try to hit it with a lightning bolt. So I need to make a save on that. Yeesh. That is not going to do it. Oh boy. So lightning bolt erupts and is going to hit our big silver dragon friend, and she's going to turn on him, looking quite angry. Tannis.
That's fair.
All right. Do I see any plants or anything here?
Why don't you tell me?
I'm guessing not. It's harmless.
Well, I mean, harmless plants can be harmless. Why don't you roll me percentages?
All right. 87.
Sure. Yeah, there's plants.
All right. I'm casting Speak with Plants.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna we're gonna chat because I got like 50 seconds left.
Okay. Awesome.
That's true.
You kind of like listen in, and you kind of hear their whispers, and all of a sudden you hear, "Why are you stepping on me? Oh, this plane is supposed to be harmless, and now you're here and you're stepping on me and all of my friends. Why? We were so happy. Why? Who would do such a thing to us? Oh, the agony. Why? Oh, good talk.
Sounds about right. It's
You
not
can
like I
have-
summoned an elemental
you
and
can
stole
have-
him from his family.
That's true. You can have inspiration for that, though. I think that's quite inspired.
Excellent.
Plus, you endured me just being awful to you.
That was delightful.
Lady Fantlin, you're up.
Am I really already? So, Dragon Lady is
Mhm.
currently engaging Mr. Cultist.
This is true story, yes.
They're doing their thing. Okay.
Yes.
Feel like what?
You got 2 feet of fury just tearing up your kneecap.
Just tearing it up.
Just tearing it up.
Just
Wrecking my whole life.
the whole gosh darn thing.
It's true. I feel like I might just stab you with a sword.
I am tired of all of this magic. Let us short sword one another.
Okay. I'll stab you with my short sword. Oh, of which I have 2 apparently. That's exciting.
I like how nonchalant Lady Fanlin is about stabbing y'all. Oh, how pleasant. One for each hand. 'Tis a shame that I do not have 2-weapon fighting, so that I might do dominant hand
True.
damage on all of these stabs.
That's true. Alright. That's finesse. There's a 21.
21 to hit.
That will hit.
Yes, that will hit.
Yeah, barely, but it hits.
Barely. I'll take barely. I'll take it. Damage. There's 8 points of piercing damage.
All right. Fletcher, your turn.
All right. 25 to hit
35 will hit.
for 11 and 5 poison.
Okay.
20 to hit for 12. 13 will be a miss, I would imagine.
Yep.
And then a 28 to hit for another 12.
Solid.
And that is my turn.
All right, Terry.
Yeah, I will. I'll be tireless again. Get some hit points back.
All right.
This is round 3. Is that right?
This is the 3rd round, yes, sir.
All right.
Um,
I just carve another notch in the wall.
yeah. Zandy is going to attack the cultist with her breath weapon. So the cultist needs to make a Constitution saving throw, which I don't believe it's going to make. No, so it's going to take 12d8 cold damage on a failed save. Ooh.
Ooh.
All right. Well, let's do that digitally. We'll see. Oh, we'll just do it this way. 47. 54 cold damage. That's quite a lot of damage.
That is quite a lot of damage.
Yay. All right. Deej, make that last one.
4.
4? Okay, that's a fail. Sorry, buddy. All right. It's Jerkface. Before Jerkface shows up, let me see here. No. Okay, Jerkface is going to make his way across the field of battle to where Lady Fandlin is and say, "My lady, I believe it is time for us to take our leave of this place." He's going to drop the banishment. So you guys are going to pop back in. Poop.
All right, Plants, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to step in. Oh, hey, I'm back.
Are you talking to Plants, buddy?
Yeah, I got bored.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, it was only like 18 seconds, but man, it's like the most boring
Long
18 seconds. of my life.
It seemed like forever.
And then he is going to cast Time Stop, which is going to allow me to take 4 turns in a row in which he will grab. This is my 9th level spell. I don't think I've ever cast a 9th level spell, but he is going to move through this space. And Terry, you can unfortunately see that both pieces of the staff have come back with you. He will use 3 of his turns to move and grab those pieces, and then move back to the Lady Fandlin as her Drake disappears back into her ken, and then he's going to teleport them both away with his final movement.
And then we're gonna make out.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
then
then
the dragon doesn't have counterspell or anything to deal with that.
no, the silver dragons unfortunately do not have a lot of that kind of razzmatazz.
Nuts.
Yeah, they can make a lot of attacks and they can do a lot of breath weapony stuff, but they don't have kind of casting in that same thing.
That's fair.
They do have some, but not what I need, and not at the level that I need it to be at, because she is still a young silver dragon. Just for all of you cats and kittens out there wondering what Zandy turned into, a young silver dragon. So you see that left on the ground, there is the broken crystal that represents the lightning bearer of Drakewind Falls. And that is where we will end our session.
No.
Perhaps not the uplifting ending that we all hoped, but...
So what's end uplifting?
Are you
back.
Uplifted? You're
We're
uplifted?
back from being banished.
That is true.
Back, baby.
I mean, it was harmless, so, no harm, no foul.
And I'll heal Deej.
I'm taking a real nice nap on this cave floor.
You only failed 1 save, right?
Yeah.
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 And
I will
got
heal
20,
you.
so that's 2, yeah.
Yeah. You're healed. You get
Where is she?
8 hit
Where's
points.
the traitor? Ugh. Where's that Benedict Arnold?
He's not around yet. You don't know who that is. Like the discussion in Tales from the Loop where did they have KFC famous bowls in the 80s?
God, I forgot about that.
There's
So-
some
Or
good
when we
debate.
told Boone about sitting in the back seat facing backwards in the station wagon, and
He was
like,
"Wait,
his
what?"
mind was blown.
Yeah, he did not do well with that news.
He was like, "That's not safe," and it was like, "No, it fucking wasn't."
No, it
We all
wasn't.
did it.
Well, so many kids died in the 80s.
So many kids, and maybe some more tomorrow night on Tales from the Loop. But
Hey,
thanks
I
to
don't think we've ever had a kid straight up die.
Nope.
no, not yet, not straight up.
Straight up.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
I can make that happen.
So thanks to everybody who hung around and watched tonight, to all the viewers, to everybody who's donated. Man, we're up, I think, higher than we've ever been before for a year, and we've still got like 2 amazing days of games to go. So thank you to everybody who's helped people reach their goals, to our team reach our goals, raising all this amazing money for and families that really need it for medical procedures, for PPE, for kind of all sorts of things. You've propelled us up into the top 70 teams in all of Extra Life right now, which is just kind of the most.
68.
Nice.
68?
Almost
We made
nice.
the 60s, you guys.
So close to being
Until
nice.
tomorrow, when all like the big streamers start their 24 hours, so we just have
Hey.
to savor it.
Hey, the Brodukes decided that he was going to go big after going up with that huge gift, and he went up to $5,000 for his goal. So
Nice.
he's gonna push it. He's still
Wow.
got
That's
let's
awesome.
see, he's still got about 14 hours of stream left. So
Nice.
I'll be up early. I'm gonna hang out with him from 6 until we start around 8 for Henshin. So stop back by. We've got plenty of awesome games coming up tomorrow. So head on over. I think that maybe what I'll do is I'll signal a raid, and we'll go over and we will raid the brothers channel. So for everybody that's watching us here, I hope you will join in with us as we go through and do a little raid ski. I think
Yeah, I
it'll
can see
be
Thunderfrog.
Oh, Thunderfrog is on.
Wow.
Oh, wowee.
Whoa, wee.
So thanks
Sorry, I
to
shot all
everybody.
you guys with lightning.
I mean, it's all right. You barely hit me with the lightning. I still have
So the thing that's really insane about the breath weapon at that level is that you can just sacrifice 3rd level spell slots to use it as many times as you want.
Nice.
Hey, thank you,
dear
Misorius.
God.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be able to play with so many good friends and raise funds. For everybody who watched, Christy was not in on this. She really
No, it
was.
wasn't at
She
all.
really was like completely out of time, and said that like you can create a character. I did give her the backstory that she was one of the Drake Wardens, but she was getting all of
just
the
had
reveals
amnesia, like, I
right
didn't know what was
along
going on.
with you.
And then
So
he messaged me and he was like, actually, you're an agent of Tiamat and you're pretty much the boss monster in this. And I was like,
sorry.
oh, am I?
So
are they?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's our evening for night. Thanks, Casual Doug, for hanging out and helping out earlier.
Yeah, for sure.
Praise always. You are the sweetest of all of the boys, but not the tastiest of all of the boys, because that's a different thing.
And there will be games on this channel pretty much all day tomorrow.
Yeah, there'll be games. There'll be games going on. Wow. Yes, a whole
Wow,
bunch. Tomorrow, Known World United will be starting. We got a game 8 to 12, 12 to 4. No, it'll be 8 to 12, and then we'll be streaming over on Heel Turn from 12 to 4. But there will be a game starting at 2. Cassandra will be running a game here for D&D, Funeral for a Friend. And then 6 to 10 will be your King Ginger streaming some D&D horror from 6 to 10. And then our very own Colin Deej.
Hey, Deej.
Deej running Secret of the Chronograph.
Almost ran up to
Also,
that.
tomorrow night is motherfucking murder mystery night.
Yeah.
I'm
Nice.
so excited.
Oh, snap.
I am so excited. If you want to
It's
watch
going
just
to be
3
lit.
hours of James and I having the most uncomfortable pet names for each other that you can possibly think of.
Mm.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's gonna be great.
You got it. I know everybody's looking forward to that.
Watch the VOD on that one.
I'll just, yeah, we'll be.
It'll be great. It'll be great.
So yeah, we're gonna jump in. We're gonna start our raid over there. So thanks to everybody who's watching.
Do it.
Missourius, Matthew David, I think is already a sleepy bye, but thank you guys so much. And we're gonna go see Thunder Frog and some other friends.
Hey.
And we'll see you all tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Bye.
Bye.
In 3, 2, 1, raid. Here we come. Oh wow. Oh wowee. And we're flipping over. Here we go. Thanks, y'all.
Oh man, there's so many.
Yes. Yes.
So many.
Yeah. Thanks, King.
Mm.
We're ending
Yeah, it was
the
fun.
stream.
Yeah, that was really good.